love to. Yeah, we're sure. Right, you guys should rock.
Let's do this.
So we're gonna let you stand up. I'll bring it in. Good price. Could be a lot of them. Paul, have you started the stream yet? Hello, viewers. Hello. Hello. God, is this going? Hello, viewers. We're live here from Reynolds Field at Spartan Stadium. Here we've got the GAC Greater Atlanta Christian Spartans playing the Early County Bobcats. Got a lot of hype before this game. We've got some great teams coming into this game tonight, Cameron.
We sure do. We have GAC who's coming off a big win in the last game against Heard County, scoring 52 points in that last game. And also Early County coming off another great win, being the third seed and beating some higher seeds to get this far into the playoffs.
Absolutely, and we're joined by Ben Forty, Cameron Stewart, and myself, J. Paul Meyer, here on the air with Play on Sports. And but yeah, like you said, we've got a couple of games going on tonight. We've got four. We've got Brooks County at Calhoun, and the projection from MaxPreps.com is 35-28. So we're eagerly awaiting that result. Early County at Greater Atlanta Christian. That's us. We've got 4 games tonight to determine the Final Four, Ben.
Yeah, like you said, this should be a really good game. Early County is ranked 3, like we said already, in their region. GAC is ranked 2 in the region, behind Lubbock, and they're ranked 9th overall.
Right, and that's Region 6 AA for GAC, and Region 1 AA for Early County. So the Early County Bobcats are 9-3 on the season, and the Greater Atlanta Christian Spartans are 10-3. So 1 game difference, but they've both got the same amount of losses. Losses to GAC losses to Chamblee, Thompson, and a very close loss to their regional rival, Lovett, 31-30. So that was a very close game, Cameron.
Sure was. And here's some players that you might want to look out for today during the game. You have your running back for the GAC Spartans, Kyle Scales, who's rushed for 1,100 or almost 1,200 yards so far, and also their quarterback, Rafe Chappell, who's thrown for over 2,000 yards. What else can you tell us, Ben?
Like you said, both teams have really come into this game pumped. And so for the other team, we have Ladonius Bryant, who rushed for 104 yards last week, 5 catches for 84 yards, which is not actually unusual because, the quarterback and them, they have a great trio going.
Absolutely, and Peter Whiteneck, the receiver number 3 on the field today. Kyle Scales is 17, Rafe Chappell is 12. So Kyle Scales Kyle Scales had 4 rushing touchdowns last week, which was an absolutely phenomenal performance, 3 in the first half alone, which is truly an unmatched performance in high school football. Peter Whiteneck with 3 touchdown receptions thrown by Rafe Chappell. And the kicker, Brandon Holsgrave, with a field goal in the final 3 minutes of the game. But who are some of the big players for Early County?
In Early County, we got their quarterback. His name is. Give me a second right here. Ja'Cory Taylor, and give you some stats for him quick.
And he's really a unique kid. He's 6'3", so he's a big guy. Tell us more about it, Ben.
Yeah, last week Ja'Cory Taylor passed for 147 yards and rushed for 134.
And he's 6'3", 215, so he's a big guy. Watch out for him. He's powerful in the running game. They run the option every now and then. They'll run it to the right and left. He's got number 21 along with him, Jalen Bryant, Ladonis Bryant, 5'11", 260. And he is their running back number 21 there tonight. He's been a big factor on the field, and him and Ja'Cory with that option combo do a really great job.
And you'll want to watch out for number 21. That was, you said, Ladonius Bryant, and he's also the leading rusher and receiver for the Bobcats. He has, let's see, on the year he has 964 rushing yards, and he has 621 receiving yards. So look for him to make a big impact.
Right, and that's upwards of 100 yards per game. That's a phenomenal benchmark for a running back, even with a couple of slow games. And we've got the GAC banner to our right. The Early County banner was broken to our left. And
yeah, like we said, we got a lot of good talent out here. Taylor overall, we've already talked about the duo for a little bit. Taylor overall has passed for 1,736 yards and rushed for 822. Brian, on the other hand, has rushed for 964 and received the ball, rushing 621. He has 20 touchdowns overall.
And that's an amazing stat at the end right there. I mean, 20 touchdowns. To lead your team to that many, whether it's throwing or catching or running the ball, it's just truly a powerful stat. We're under the lights here tonight. It's Friday night. I know I'm excited. How about you, Cameron?
Oh, you can't even contain me right now. I'm jumping out of my seat, ready for this game to get going. Here come the Spartans.
Out of that banner. They're trying to knock the rest of it down. There it goes. The final player got it there. Got the GACS banner wavers running through there. Some nice athleticism. Those are some heavy flags.
Oh, sure. And GAC looks like they're going to be coming out in the all-black uniforms tonight. It looks like they get a different uniform combo almost every 3 games or so.
Right, and they've got that intimidation with that red and black. We've got the other red and black game this weekend with the SEC championship coming up. But we'll stay focused on high school football for this broadcast.
So, Ben, what do you think? They're looking kind of like Oregon out there, huh?
Yeah, changing their jerseys every night. Well, yeah, like I said, 2 really good teams out there, but I just wanted to mention GAC, the last time they played was in 2002 in the semifinals. GAC won 21-19. It was a great game.
And yeah, that was like you said, the only time GAC and Early County have played in a while. That was in the semifinals. So a really important game. And GAC pulled off the victory. We'll see what happens tonight. GAC has either won or lost the toss, but they are back to receive. And the Early County Bobcats will be kicking off to them tonight. So we will see how the Spartans handle their first possession and this return.
Let's see who the Spartans have back deep. Can you catch a number on that, J. Paul?
Let me get my glasses on here for you. I know the kicker for Early County is Brandon Carter, and he usually puts quite the boot on it.
Indeed.
We shall see how that plays out tonight. The kicking could be a huge factor with 2 such solid defenses. We've got a bunch of big guys on Early County and GAC, so it's kicked off a little bit short to the middle. Looking for a seam. He's brought down to the 35. GAC's own 35. They will take over from there. We'll see what Rafe Chappelle, we'll try not to butcher that pronunciation here tonight, but no accents, no pronunciation key on that one.
Yeah, that was Bridley Wade really got in there tough, knocked him down pretty hard.
And the offense picks it up on the 35. We'll see what they have.
Split out close to us, the receiver, Darius Slayton, number 2.
Here's Chappell, and he hands it off to his running back with getting a couple yards. That's Kyle Scales on the carry for a good 7, 8, 9 yards, just about, Cameron?
Yeah, I'd say he was almost about 1 broken tackle from a 60-yard game, maybe even a touchdown there. Hopefully by the end of this game, he'll be hoping to break one loose.
Absolutely, and a nice tackle and some contributions there by Jartavius Jones, number 51, 5'11", 260. A little bit smaller, a little more nimble, but he still lays the hit on Kyle Scales. Drops back, hands it off to Scales, and he gets no gain on the play, Ben.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to do coming into the game. You want to establish a good running game so you set up the play-action pass and some other fun things.
It looks like the ref will spot maybe 1-yard gain there, but it'll look like it'll be 3rd and 1 on this first series for the Spartans.
And that's this is a big play for the Spartans, whether they can show dominance at the line, really drive back this defensive line. We've got, for Early County, the defensive line includes number 51, Jartavius Jones, like I've mentioned, as well as his partner, his pea in a pod. Pardon me, he's not listed on the GAC. Where is he? Believe it might be Carson Cox, and he's also 5'10", 260. They'll hand the ball off.
That's to the fullback on that play.
See if they got it. The spot looks like they might get it. Maybe. No. That'll be a first down. GAC Spartans. Wow. Well done.
Yeah, Trevor Scales is having a great year, although that wasn't him. Kyle Scales. Really having a great year. He's rushed for over 1,100 yards this year and 20 touchdowns. Yet again, you see there's 20 touchdowns. That's exactly what they got to do in this game.
And this time quarterback for the Spartans, Rafi will line up in the shotgun with four receivers spread out. And he's got heavy rush. It looks like he'll go down with a sack.
That's a loss of 2 yards.
Yeah, great play there by the Bobcats.
Yeah, Kendris Williams really got in there nice, scrambled around there, and ended up with a key tackle for the sack.
Right, we were scrambling around for the name of number 50 there. That is Kendris Williams. Him and Jartavius Jones really are a solid duo on the inside. We've seen them all over the Early County highlight reels on the website. Really been huge contributors trying to stop the run, and that's a big part of GAC's game. We'll see how it plays out. We've got...
Rafi will line up in the shotgun again. Give a handoff to Scales. Oh, and he's brought down.
Brought down in the backfield. Another big play for that defensive line. Could be a big factor here tonight. 3rd and 12 or 13. Ben?
Interesting decision for Coach Hardy to make here on 3rd and long. What do you think he'll do, Ben?
Yeah, you really can't stress how important the defensive line is at the beginning of the game. Just kind of show who your team is, especially when you're on defense first. This kind of sets a tone for how the game's going to go. I'm excited to see how this turns out.
And they come out in 4 receivers wide again. Scales to his left. Here's the snap. Heavy rush again.
Deep
He's
ball.
got a receiver. Oh, but he leads him just a little bit. It's a little more touching that ball, and that's a touchdown. Pass intended for number 3 for the Spartans.
Peter Whiteneck, who had 3 touchdown receptions in the past game. So he's a big down-the-field target for Rafay Chappelle, who was, in the past game, Ben, he was 37 of 44 and 513 yards in the past 2 games. So that's really just a outstanding quarterback stat. And it'll be 4th and 13. Ben will have more to say about him shortly, I'm sure.
I'm not sure how you calculate the QB rating, but I'm sure it would be somewhere high.
Breaking the hundreds.
Breaking the hundreds, I'm sure.
Snap deep. A lot of time.
Great punt.
And a GAC bounce. Back to about the 7-yard line. What a punt. I mean, that's all the way back from the 40-yard line just about. That's a good 50-ish yard punt there, Ben.
Yeah, that was a great job by the 4th down team, special teams. But, yeah, that's exactly what you need. Special teams can win games when there's a tight match. Like there was in 2002, very similar.
Right.
Special teams really come in handy.
Absolutely, and getting them pinned deep inside that 10 is huge for GAC. They got to go over 90 yards to make it to the end zone. So they're going to need Early County is going to need a big play here, and they've got the ingredients for it with Ja'Cory Taylor, Ladonis Bryant, and Logan Bertrand, the receiver. A little bit of a late contact there.
A little trickeration there. They went with a fake screen, pump fake, and tried to run number 7 for the Bobcats down the field. That's Martravius Allen.
Yeah, early in the game, that's exactly what you want to do. You kind of want to come out here in a trick, maybe get really aggressive, like you could see the GAC defense and the County offense.
Yeah, the Bobcats offense is really limited now with their poor field position down at the 7, which is a comment to the special teams of the Spartans.
And they're feeling the pressure. It looks like it's about a couple yard gain there on the option play. Ja'Cory Taylor keeps it, and I mean he's a big guy. He's got the running back body. He's able to both throw passes down the field and get rushing touchdowns. He's all over the highlight reel as well on the Early County website. Oh, also, Ja'Cory Taylor, a big factor on defense as well. We will see him either shortly or in a while, depending on the Early County offensive performance.
And is this right, J. Paul? You have him listed as a defensive end?
Defensive end, linebacker, they get him everywhere.
That's amazing.
It is listed correctly. I sure hope so.
Yeah,
That
just proves how much of an athlete that is. You know, you see sometimes quarterbacks are kickers, but quarterback is a defensive end. That's impressive.
Defensive end, one of the most manhandling positions you got out there. You got to get that running back turned up field. Can't let them get outside of you, or else your team's going to suffer. And that looks like it'll be 4th and short. Decides to take a safer play here and punt it out deep in their own territory.
You know, that's a good decision by the Early County's coach. You know, they're down deep in their own territory. You know, you don't want to just give up a bad play here and turn it over with giving GAC a really short field just to score a TD.
And this should be Brandon Carter back to kick. Warming his hands up. Mid-high of a snap, it's in the end zone. And he could be dropped in the end zone. And he is, and it's fumbled out of bounds. So that will be a safety. A safety for sure. They're signaling safety. Lucky, very, very lucky that the Spartans did not get on that ball before it was out of bounds. So that's 5 more points.
That's true.
Yeah, this is the quarterfinal game. Maybe a little nerves, butterflies in their stomach. But as you can see on the camera, this GAC crowd is going crazy. That was huge for them.
Yeah, the snap was a little high on that play. The kicker was not able to handle it. And then he tried to get it off just in time, but did not have enough as the GAC defenders were all over him. And he just let the ball ride out of the back of the end zone, just taking the safety, which is, I guess, less or not as bad as taking the opposing touchdown for the other team.
Yeah, now they have the opportunity to punt it out to the GAC team. You know, safeties are really big for the defense. That's one of the best ways to score points other than a pick six.
So a little momentum swing going towards the GAC's favor as the Bobcats will now punt away, I believe. They have to punt after a safety. And GAC will have number 3 back deep. That is Peter Whiteneck.
One of the faster guys on the team, without a doubt. And we're going to give you a quick look at the bracket situation. We know everyone's so into the March Madness brackets, but this is all about the December Madness.
High school football brackets.
Absolutely. Right now we got a lot of 1 seeds still around. Lamar County playing Lovett tonight in the bottom right half of the bracket. Brooks County and Calhoun. Calhoun favored in that matchup. Fitzgerald and Jefferson. The Wildcats fell to Jefferson 35-7 last Friday, as well as Early County GAC here tonight. And it looks like it'll be kicked short. And did they fall on it?
It looks like he was able to get on it, but that was quite the squib kick. The GAC man wasn't able to catch a number there, was not able to handle it very well, but I think they fell on it, and it'll be GAC's ball.
And imagine if you don't fall on it there. That's a huge momentum swing for Early County. Lucky they got on that there, Ben.
Yeah, as you can probably already tell, my prediction is this game is going to have huge momentum swings. One time it's going to go their way, one time it's going to go that way. It's going to be a huge momentum switch.
And we absolutely saw that last week in GAC's game against Heard County. It was actually 28-21 at the half. And GAC proceeded to get a bunch of momentum and ended the game 52-21. So they shut out the Heard County in the second half. And truly a phenomenal outing. So momentum's a big factor here tonight. That'll be a short run by Kyle Scales to the Early County 46-yard line. So in Early County territory off of that safety punt.
Yeah,
Kyle Scales getting his feet under the ball.
Talking about Kyle Scales, 2 weeks ago he was hurt in the first round, but last week he rushed for 130 yards with 4 touchdowns against Heard County.
Unbelievable.
It looks like GAC this week is going to be showing a lot of spread formations here. They've been coming back in the shotgun a lot so far.
Already got 4 receivers out to the sides. And there's a flag down, deep ball.
Oh.
Just outside of the reach of
Chris Williams, I believe, number 8.
Number 8, that is, I believe you're accurate.
Yeah, I really like what this GAC coaching staff's doing right out of the gate. They're coming out aggressive, trying to get those deep balls. That's what they got to do if they want to win this game.
Absolutely. It really takes that to get one big aggressive momentum producing play, and that's what the GAC head coach, Coach Hardy, is going for. Corey Taylor with a nice pass there, but couldn't quite. Pardon me, Rafi Chappell.
Yes.
With a close pass there. And I was thinking about Jakari Taylor because he's actually on defense now, playing defensive end. So that number threw me off, and it looks like it'll be defensive holding, and that penalty is
declined.
Seemingly declined. Interesting here. Maybe they want to use that second down to take a shot down the field. Not sure the call on that.
We have seen two big pass plays that could have been really great for the GAC Spartans. Two receivers that have been wide open, seemingly, but not able to make the catch. We'll see if they want to go deep again here on this drive as Chappell's back in the shotgun again.
Looks right, screen, bubble pass out to the right. Defender down, he's passed him down to the 30, out of bounds, clock stops. Very well ran by, looks like that'll be number 8.
That's number 8 again, Chris Williams.
Once again, with a beautiful catch on that screen, broke a tackle, got a good 10, 14-ish yard gain.
Yeah, GSC is doing a great job disguising their screens and deep balls. I mean, we could go anywhere from draws, shotgun formation, deep passes. They're doing a great job disguising.
And to talk a little bit about that Early County defense, John Walker and DeWalt Ingram, two of the biggest players on this team. One of them 6'6", the other's 5'7". They're both 350 pounds. So there's a lot of trucks in that defensive line there. Chappell hands it off to Scales, down at almost the 20. Couple yards shy of the first down. It's 2nd and 2.
Another thing the GAC Spartans will want to be able to utilize is their athleticism on the outside. As you can see with that screen a couple plays ago, they have a lot of speed and athleticism out in their receivers, and they want to use that advantage, use that to their advantage against these Bobcats today.
Yeah, Early County's really got to make a stop now, just kind of change the momentum, see if they want to win this football game.
Correction, 2nd down and 3 for GAC.
2nd down and 3 for GAC. Kyle Chappell, or pardon me, Rafe Chappell. Looks deep, sees Peter Whiteneck. Pardon me,
that's Darius Slayton, actually.
Darius Slayton.
He's able to get 2 feet down. That would be a good catch in the NFL. Only needed 1. He's able to get it down inbounds, and he'll be down at the, looks like the 11-yard line.
11-yard line. That's a first down, first and just about goal.
Will be 1st and 10, so they can still get a first down here if it came down to that close to the goal line.
Yeah, Rafael Chappell's really showing his athleticism now. That was a perfect pass right on the money.
Ball snapped, ended off to Kyle Scales. Up the middle, there's a flag on the field. And short gain.
Flag in the position of holding. We'll see what the ref calls here.
Yeah, I know this game is early, but if Early County can't get a stop and GAC keeps throwing them down their throat, this game could get out of hand.
Early County's got to step up early. See what they can do, Ben.
Oh, that was good.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Punt might have been intended there.
A little bit there.
A little bit. Looks like it'll be first down. And it looks like they were motioning against GAC, so in the neighborhood of holding, like you said, Cameron.
Yep, and then they'll back them up 10 yards here.
There it is.
And that's not good for the Spartans, as now they have a long yardage situation down in the red zone. Well, I guess now outside of the red zone, just barely, with 1st and 20.
And in other levels like college or the NFL, this is a short, pretty easily made field goal. But at the high school level, you really gotta. These field goals are not gimmies. You really gotta make sure you try to get your kicker the best range if you can't get in the end zone.
Like we said earlier, I mean, special teams plays a huge part in these high school football games.
On the right side.
Snap back. A lot of pressure from the defense.
Oh, and he had another receiver.
Deep. Man.
Who was that? That looks like number 83, possibly. Get a name on that.
Andrew Lewis. Andrew Lewis.
Andrew Lewis, the senior, plays tight end and defensive end. He's on the end all the time.
Looks like the quarterback led him just a little bit too much again. We're seeing a very hard pass rush from these Bobcats. You want to talk about these defensive end on Early County?
Yeah, Calvin Brown really got in there fast. He just juked that guy and went straight to the backfield.
Yeah, sort of coming out of a sprinter stance and getting back to the quarterback, forcing him to make a pass before he wanted to, and forcing that incompletion.
Number 9 on the defense really had a lot of impact. The linebacker, Will Temple, is coming up to the line. And Scales will take the ball almost to the 15. So it's going to be 3rd and 13 here. So a rough conversion. They're going to get a shot at the end zone. I think that's what Coach Hardy is planning on going for here. We'll see what happens. If not, we've got a field goal situation. See if the Spartans can capitalize, get up early.
A big opportunity here for Early County. You know, they stopped GAC from scoring this touchdown here, and then they kind of get some momentum back and maybe be able to produce something on offense.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen Raffle Chappell run very much this game. He's rushed for over 2,000 yards.
In the pocket.
Oh, he's got a receiver.
Man, and that's a touchdown.
To Darius Slayton.
Darius Slayton on the reception. Beautifully done. Blooded perfectly that time. No issues there.
And it was Darius Slayton running a post route. He had single coverage to Ravi Chappell's right, and he was able to cut right underneath the cornerback and was wide open in the end zone.
And not much the cornerback could have done there unless he really was fast enough to stay on Slayton, but Slayton did a great route there. Spartans capitalized, Chappell capitalized, and it's an 8-0 game looking to be 9-0.
As you can see, this home crowd is just going crazy. I think there really is something to this home field advantage. But as you can see, that was good. That is huge. Especially with that safety, these points really can get weird.
Absolutely. That safety throws everything off. You see some scores you're not used to seeing. But the GAC Spartans get up early, 9-0. Beautifully done. We, to have a word from our sponsors real quick, the Georgia Peanut, there it is. So Georgia Peanuts, energy for the good life. Sponsoring play on here tonight. We thank you so very much, and please go check out Georgia Peanuts.
And I was also, as I was coming in the game, J. Paul, you know, I was just talking to some Early County fans, you know, asking them, you know, I don't really know much about Blakely County down there, and they were telling me how it's the peanut capital of, I guess, the nation. So there's a little connection with our sponsor tonight.
Right. If you're the peanut capital of Georgia, you're the peanut capital of the nation. Boiled peanuts, regular peanuts. We'll take the peanuts anyway. Big down there in Blakely County.
Yeah, Early County really just can't get down right now. This could be a similar instance like it was for Westminster last week. They get up 7 early, and then the other Jefferson just came back and drove it down their throats.
And Jefferson's opponent tonight at the same time is going to be Fitzgerald, one of the bigger teams out there, along with Calhoun. And he's got a seam. There's a flag down back at the 30.
And it looks like
he is almost. Is he gone? Well, and he brought down at the 10. Can't get a number on that quite yet. That's number 4. Beautifully done.
There was a flag on the play, and it looks like it might be coming back with either a clip or a hold. Bad luck for the Bobcats, but running him down there with great effort was Micah Abernathy. You'll be hearing that name later. He's a sophomore, number 4 for the Spartans. He's also one of the leading rushers for the Spartans. He's rushed for almost 500 yards this year as a sophomore. And look for him to be making some more plays out here.
Yeah, there's Ladonius Bryant. One name we're going to get tired of saying by the end of this night. Really just had breakaway speed there.
Absolutely. He hit the seam. His blockers did a phenomenal job, but that flag is killer. It brings the play all the way back, preventing a just about 85-yard play.
You know, that was kind of the key. That was almost a big momentum swing back in Early County's fortune, but it's going to be coming back, just like you said.
And I think they can still capitalize on that momentum a little bit, seeing your man run all the way down the field. He's exhausted, but everyone else on the team is pretty pumped up right now. We'll see what Ja'Cory Taylor and company can do on offense. So they're getting, I believe, their second try on offense here tonight. And Ja'Cory Taylor, 6'3", 215. He can run the ball. I mean, they run the option. They've got so many options with this kid. He's the defensive end. He's that athletic. So I think he's going to be a big factor tonight.
Looks like a timeout is called. Or, yes, that's a timeout. Not sure who called that one. Probably the Bobcats, looks like. And we'll take a short break from the action here.
Like we said earlier, we talked about butterflies in the first drive, maybe be affecting them at all, because this is GAC's first time being in the quarterfinals. Haven't been in the semifinals since 2002 when they played at Early County, which was a great game. Also, Early County hasn't been in the semifinals since 2006. So butterflies could be playing a factor. We'll see how this affects the outcome.
And here they come back on the field. Early County will take the ball at, looks like the 20-yard line. Yes, the 20-yard line on the right hash. And we will see what Ja'Cory Taylor can produce for the Bobcats.
So, Cameron, what do you think the Bobcats have to do this drive to capitalize?
Well, first of all, they got to establish the run. You're not going to win the game without a good running game, so you can open up the passing. And whether or not they choose to, run or pass here, by the end of the game, if they have not established the run game, I don't think they would be able to win this game.
Absolutely.
Like you said, that run game's big. We've got two very powerful backs here on each team tonight. Going to see a lot of them tonight. Saw it in the Falcons game last night. We're going to see it in every football game because the run opens up the pass, and I don't care how good your quarterback is. If they can't respect your run game, you're going to have a rough time on the outside. Unless your quarterback can run. That is also true.
Like both these teams do have. Like we said earlier, there's some crazy stats with these quarterbacks. Just such athletes.
Run there up the middle. Looks like it'll be a gain of maybe a couple. We'll bring up 3rd and long for the Bobcats. Not really able to make any big plays here on offense so far. They'll want to convert on this 3rd down. Hopefully get something going.
And remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at PlayOnSports, # GHSA Football. So get in the conversation about high school sports. And tweet at us at # GHSA, at PlayOnSports, all of the above. So we'll give you a shout out if we get any tweets here tonight.
Yeah, I got my phone right in my pocket.
We sure hope we will.
Oh.
Scrambling there, Ja'Cory Taylor. Scribbles past the 1st down, breaks a tackle, and gets out of bounds at the Early County 45.
Excuse me out there. I dropped my sandwich, but it's all good.
We're going to rein it back in here. 9-0. 1st and 10 for the Early County Bobcats. Beautifully executed by Ja'Cory Taylor, getting that momentum.
That'll bring the Bobcats all the way to the 42-yard line. So come out with 4 receivers out. Ja'Cory Taylor's got a running back to his right. And the play will be blown dead by the referees. Let's see what we got going on.
Some shenanigans.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Offsides GAC. It'll be 1st and 5. Those 5-yard penalties, they'll nickel and dime you all night.
Yeah, especially early in these games, you don't want to see some of these executional faults such as that. Really can set back a team, especially early in this game.
All right, that'll bring up 1st and 5 for the Bobcats. And here's the snap. Fake to the running back. Ja'Cory Taylor will take it himself. Maybe give him a yard there. Bring up 2nd and short.
Yeah, so far this is slow but steady drive. This is really going to be huge for Early County if they can get a quick score.
Indeed it will. Let's see the Spartans are doing on defense. They're bringing just as much pressure as the Bobcats are on their side of the ball. Let's see. They will have to compensate for the speed of Ja'Cory Taylor, knowing that he's a very mobile quarterback. Maybe have to pull back on that rush. And there'll be a direct snap to Ja'Cory Taylor, and he'll get the 1st down. Great run there, man, by Ja'Cory Taylor. We'll bring up 1st down, and they will move to the GAC 47-yard line. Early County starting to get the ball rolling here on offense with Ja'Cory Taylor back. Let's see, he'll roll out to our side of the field, throw a dart right to number 8. It's caught. That's a 1st down on the play So let me get a name for you right there. That is LaRon Randall, number 8 for the Bobcats. That'll be another first down. Spartans will want to be making a stop here soon. Just trying to stall out this drive before Bobcats can put any points on the board. We have 1 minute left in this first quarter. Our score 9-0.
So to sum up this first quarter, I mean, it's been an aggressive brawl from both teams. We've gotten a safety and a touchdown from GAC. And Early County is really close to getting a quick score, which will even out this football game.
And that last play, Ja'Cory Taylor had him pass dropped there, and the defender made a great play, incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Absolutely.
Sure this is yours?
Coming in the game, receiver for the Bobcats, number 6, Jatavius Lyles. Bringing the play for the Bobcats as we have.
So far this game, we've seen tons of yards from both the quarterback and the running back, which isn't really unusual because both of them are very skilled players playing both sides of the field. And there we go, you see him roll out. That's the speed right there. Did you see him get upfield really fast? That's the sign of an athlete right there.
Yeah, Ja'Cory Taylor rolled out to his right, didn't see anything downfield, so he just took it and got some yards there by himself. That'll bring up 3rd and short as Taylor's able to get 7 yards on that.
Now this is a huge play for the the offense. They need to get this 3rd down if they want to score a touchdown. This is huge right now. With the clock winding down to 15 seconds in the first quarter, we've had a great first quarter. Kind of shaky for both teams, little butterflies going. This is the quarterfinals of the AA state football.
And it looks like they will let the clock run out and end the first quarter here. Our score is GAC 9, Early County 0. It's been quite the first quarter. As we had the safety by the Spartans on a bad snap on the punt. And they were able to get up there and then get into the end zone with a Slayton touchdown thrown by Rafi Chappell. And now we will have another word from our sponsor again. Energy for the Georgia High School Football Playoffs brought to you by Georgia Peanut Farmers.
Yeah, towards the end of the game, you might see those 2 points from the safety make a huge impact on the outcome of the game. They could need 3 points and 2 points ahead. That could totally affect the outcome. So I see towards the end of this game, this is going to be a two-team, I should say, brawl. As you can see probably on your screen, we have the crowds going crazy. Everyone's on their feet. GAC, the home stadium's looking for a big stop here.
A lot of shakers, a lot of movers. They had the little not firecrackers, but little explosions into confetti earlier. Firecrackers would be a little crazy, but they'll switch sides here.
Hey.
Also illegal.
Also illegal. Ja'Cory Taylor being a big factor for Early County tonight. We'll see what he can do in this crucial situation, 3rd and short. See what he can pull off.
Spartans defense will want to make sure to contain Harris as he throws a screen out to the left. It's number 14, and he breaks it free. He's down all the way to the 10-yard line. It's number 14 for the Bobcats. Who is that? That is Ladonius Bryant. Big player for the Bobcats, and he'll bring up another first down. So they take it to the, as I said, let's see, maybe a little bit outside of the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he's a really quick feet. You see that his breakout speed. Like we've already said earlier in the broadcast, he has 20 touchdowns on the season. Last game, he had 5 catches for 84 yards and rushed for 104 yards total. He's really an athletic kid.
Taylor has it, shotgun. He'll do a handoff right, jet sweep to number 14. And he'll, let's see, and that is a touchdown, Early County.
He had a couple of Spartans on him, really trying to keep him out. He just persisted through that. That's Ladonius Bryant again. Really just a phenomenal run there up the middle. Jet sweep, like you said, Cameron. Got into the end zone. That's big for Early County. It's going to be 9-6, potentially 9-7. So that
Yeah.
2-point differential really playing a factor here.
Like we said, it's probably going to end up being huge at the end of the game. But if you're talking about all the tools in a toolbox, Ladonius Bryant's really showing them off tonight. He has the speed, the quickness, the power, like you saw there, really just refusing to go down. Oh, looks like he...
Oh, and
they
it's good.
made it. It's good.
That was probably the highest kick we've ever seen here.
Yeah.
But either way, it still counts. That'll bring our score to Early County 7, the Spartans of GAC 9.
Yeah, that barely made it. That could be a factor later in the game if he can't execute those field goals. But this is really getting intense, winding beginning of the second quarter.
And right, the kicker plays a big role throughout the game. I mean, if you can't put in the 20 and 30-yard field goals, then you're really going to be in for some trouble in the coming situations when you really just need 3 points. Early County could have a shot to overtake GAC with just a field goal, and that field goal could be the determination of the game if it goes touchdown for touchdown. But we will see if that's a factor or not.
I'm willing to bet you that at some point it will, J. Paul.
Absolutely. I would not take that bet because I think it will.
Oh, well, that's no fun. All right, back for the Spartans is number 3 again, Peter Whiteneck. Last time we saw the kick, it was sort of a squib towards the middle. Looks like the Spartans will be ready for it this time. And there it is again, as they're able to fall on it. And it'll be Spartan ball at the 30, what is that, 33?
33. Agreed. And Rafe Chappelle, see what he can do. Big number 12. This defense is really stacked. I mean, we talked about him all night. And once again, for live scoring and highlights of GHSA football playoffs, produced by Play On Sports, go to www.playonsports.com/GA football playoffs. So make sure to check that out online.
Yeah, Play On Sports has only been up for around 3 years, but really taking huge steps. Their productions have gone big, and it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and the Westminster crews used them a lot. We've seen a lot of their broadcasts. They do a great job. We've seen a lot of different crews using Play On. Play On's just some phenomenal software. So we encourage any growing programs to try it out. And that's a throw out to the left, incomplete.
Yeah, that was just a bad pass by the quarterback. I mean, sometimes that happens. They're not all going to be perfect, but rolling out with pressure following him, sometimes that's just a simple mistake by a quarterback.
And it happens. You're rolling out to the left. You got a guy up in your face. He's blocked, but he's still, you never know if your blocker gives out and he'll fall on you. You don't really know. You're running around. It messes with your brain. That's the fundamental thing that it does to you, and it'll throw your passes off a little bit. Rafe Chappell back in the gun, hands it off to Scales. Kyle Scales with the 10-yard gain, converting that second down. 2nd and 10, so a big gain of about 11 yards for Kyle Scales here tonight. Really well done.
Kyle Scales, like Ladonius Bryant, they're having a brawl here, rushing for at least 100 yards already. Doing a great job down the sidelines, using power but also speed. Doing a great job tonight.
Initial indication is holding against.
And it looks like there was a penalty on that last play. It'll be against the Spartans.
That's really a drive killer to go from 1st and 10 almost into Early County territory.
Indeed.
Back to your own, about your 30. That's really killer there.
That was a holding penalty against Spartans.
10 yards, wow.
And they'll have 3 receivers out here to the left, split wide. 1 to the right. Scales in the backfield next to Chappell. And here's the snap. He's got a man. Oh, and that's Chris Williams, but he just drops it. Great play by the defender. That's number 17. That's Laversay Taylor.
The senior. A lot of seniors on this Early County team.
Doesn't want to produce and want to get to want to make it to that state championship, but all these seniors, senior-heavy team, will cause maybe some problems with some youth the next year. So they want to do as well as they can now.
Right, and they'll be losing Kendris Williams and Ja'Cory Taylor. Kendris Williams, that big defensive lineman, so losing a big defensive and offensive player. So that's really some future rough losses for Early County. But with the solid coaching that they retain and the core group, including Javarius Jones, just a lot of great players that they're keeping as well. And intercepted,
Picked
but
off.
he kneeled down. So he is down, but it is Early County ball. Bobcats regain possession in GAC territory on the GAC 48. That's it. The first turnover of the night. Huge change of momentum. We'll see what Early County can do with it.
And that was defensive back Antonio Jackson, the junior, able to make that pick. Didn't run with it, but just making the pick was good enough to make a big momentum swing back in Early County.
Watching the game live, it's hard to tell if that was a misread or a bad route. But quarterback Raffle just made a bad throw there.
Oh, heavy rush by the Spartans, and they'll bring down Ja'Cory Taylor. That's number 83. Who is that?
83, that's going to be Andrew Lewis. Once again, the tight end DN combo. He had a reception earlier on. Makes a big sack right there, 2nd and 13. Really pressuring Ja'Cory Taylor. That's going to be big for this Spartan defense.
While we were on the subject of Chapel, I'd just like to bring out that Colton, his older brother, was just named New England's Player of the Year after quarterbacking Harvard to a successful season.
Wow.
Oh, shout out to him.
Yep.
Extremely impressive, The whole in all of New England that he could pull that off. That's incredible.
Yep.
And it runs in the blood. Chapel doing a great job tonight. Hands it off to.
Oh, that's actually a Taylor, the quarterback, and that's a handoff to number 3, Ja'Cory Taylor. Oh wait, no, yeah, sorry about that. It's Ja'Cory Taylor on the run. He brought down. He got about, let's say, 3 or 4 yards back to the original line of scrimmage, which should make it 3rd and 10.
And for all the best coverage of Georgia football throughout the playoffs, be sure to go to WSBTV.com. So they got a bunch of games live there, recorded. Just a great, another great website.
Yeah, all night we've been talking about all these great websites, but yeah, like we said, that's another great website. Cameron?
It looks like there's a flag on this play here. GACs were celebrating like it was against Early County, and looks like it is. That'll be offsides, I believe, or false start. That'll bring them back even farther, which is just what GAC wants. Their fans were getting into it on that 3rd down, chatting it up. Maybe the Early County players couldn't hear the snap, and they jumped early. That'll back them up, making it 3rd and 15.
Early County jumping early, killer.
Oh boy.
I'm sure there's so many puns for this great football school.
Yeah, it's tough to tell if that's helping them or hurting them.
Oh, wow. It's a major penetration. Still, Ja'Cory Taylor
and he's still going
off for a 20 to 25-yard reception.
And that was LaDron Randall, number 8, making that great catch and getting some yak there. Able to get the 1st down, yards after catch if you didn't catch that.
Yet again, that was Andrew Lewis for almost the 2nd sack this drive. He's having a great game so far.
I bet he'll be kicking himself there. He almost had the big sack and be able to stop them on 3rd down. But now they got a 1st down in GAC territory at the 25-yard line.
Ja'Cory Taylor down the field, shown to be incomplete by the players, and the refs agree. So we're almost caught on the GAC 9, but that's no completion there. So Ja'Cory Taylor and the Bobcats will retain possession on the 25-yard line, 2nd and 10. And almost to the red zone, Cameron.
Indeed, and Early County's going to want to keep this momentum rolling. So they're staying in the air on this drive because they've had a lot of success. Staying with passing, to their leading receivers, people like LaDron Randall, who made that big 3rd down conversion. And they'll probably look to throw to him again on this same drive. And is blown dead again. And it looks like it will be a timeout. Early County.
And that is their 2nd charge timeout on the night. And they will keep one for the later the later sections of this first half. Those timeouts can be a big factor with the last seconds soon upon us. There are 9 minutes left in the clock in the second half. So they got some time, but that time management could be big later on.
So while we're just sitting here, I'm not getting any tweets. Y'all send me your tweets, Hashtag GHSA football or hashtag play on sports. I'll give you a shout out.
At play on sports.
At play on sports, excuse me.
And also, once again, energy for the Georgia High School football playoffs brought to you by Georgia's Peanut Farmers. And that's one of the coolest things of the night.
I wish we had some peanuts in here right now, huh?
I know, right? I would love me some peanuts. Georgia does the best job. Ja'Cory Taylor rolls out right. He'll keep it himself. 3 Spartans bring him down.
Oh, man,
big
he's still
time
up.
Contact by number 34 for GAC. Wow, that hurt.
Number 4, Ja'Cory Taylor for the Bobcats, showing his toughness there, not afraid, running into 3 Spartan defenders there.
That's Trevor DeDecker with the big hit.
Taylor's still able to get a big gain. That'll bring him 3rd and short.
We'll see what they do here. This is one of the bigger games of the night. Early County's down by 2. If they can convert here, bring it to 14, that's a 5-point lead. I mean, that's big for Early County. And they can't give GAC too much room or they'll run away with it like they did last week against Hurd County.
It looks like he's going to be close to the first down. See where they'll mark it.
I think he got a yard there. They're motioning first down. First down Bobcats, a huge first down in the red zone.
Great effort there.
It'll be 1st and 10 just inside the 15. So 15 yards for a touchdown. We'll see what Ja'Cory Taylor can pull off. See what his big see if this offensive line can either give him some room as a runner down the field or give him some protection as a passer. They've done a great job so far. They've gotten all the way down the field. But that interception back on the 45-yard line was really just huge for Early County.
They're running that jet sweep again, but not this time. The Spartans bring him down in the backfield. Who was that? That looks like number... Can't catch it. Can't really see that number, but GAC defender made a great play on that jet sweep, stopping him right in his tracks and bringing him down in the backfield.
So Cameron, you've had the opportunity to play high school football, offense and defense. As a coach right now, what would you call for this Early County offense? I mean, the jet sweep didn't work right there. You don't want to take any chances, giving up a bad interception. What would you do right now?
Well, I know you got to realize who your leaders on the field are right now. Ja'Cory Taylor, obviously being the quarterback, is going to be a leader. He's also the most athletic players on the field right now. I keep the ball in his hands.
And he hands it off. Puts it in the hands of Bryant. It's going to be number 6.
Jatavius Lyles.
Hey, you were talking about they also don't want to give it away, but when you have these kind of athletes, number 6, number 14, Ladonius Bryant, that other running back we just saw on the field, I would feel kind of safe giving it off to those guys. Such great feet, such great power, especially with the security they have in the football.
And that's true, but all the big plays we've seen so far, they've all sprouted from Ja'Cory Taylor rolling out and leaving the pocket, and you got to believe that that's what they're going to go with here on 3rd and long.
And this Spartan crowd in front of us is riled up, hoping for a big 3rd down stop. Ja'Cory Taylor throws it deep. Toss up between the two of them, and it goes incomplete.
A great play there by the GAC Spartan corner. It looks like number 2 there on the far side, Darius Slayton, making the big play on 4th down. And here's that situation we were just talking about. Does Early County have a kicker that can make a field goal from any distance farther than 20 yards? And it looks like that will not be the case, and they'll be going for it here on 4th down.
That's an interesting decision. So it must be the lack of the kicking security. It's almost worth going for the 4th down rather than risking it for just 3 points.
As a coach,
which would not give you more than a possession of cushion.
As a quarterback, it must feel nice to know that your coach trusts you enough to hold you 4th down and 11. Let's see what happens here. He drops back on the run, throws it in the end zone. That's incomplete there.
Oh, and a late flag is thrown in by the referee, and it looks like it'll probably, you're right, J. Paul, it'll probably be pass interference. The GAC fans not liking this call. You may be able to hear them, the boos rain down onto the field. The referee's making great calls out there, you know.
Well called.
And it will be against the Spartans. That'll bring up automatic first down for Early County, and that's a big, big blow to the Spartans' defense.
That's really just crucial. I mean, the crowd's furious with it, but it looks like they'll get to repeat the down only, so no yards will be awarded apparently, unless they're contemplating it right now. And here comes the call. Pass interference on the defense.
Pass interference.
And that's automatic first down. Yep.
Big play for Early County. They'll get 4 more shots. 3 maybe and a field goal. We'll see if this is within the range of the Early County kicker. But I'd almost take the chance of giving it to Ja'Cory Taylor in that explosive offense. And try to boot it in the end zone.
You know, GAC's still not out of this. They have made some stands so far. And they want to hold Early County to, no points at best, but at least to a field goal.
And the running games of both squads have been relatively neutralized lately by the phenomenal defensive lines and interior men of the individual defenses. Kyle Scales being held to no scores so far.
Absolutely. Like we just were speaking about, that was detrimental to all of that GAC defense and the rest of the crowd here. I mean, day in and day out, these guys work without these executional faults, and then right then and there, having very few penalties all year, coming out short, giving up that huge penalty, might give up a score here.
And there, GAC's stacking them up right at the line. That's now 3rd down. GAC's trying to stop them here again in the red zone. Early County's been coming out in a double tight set, trying to power it just into the end zone, but it hasn't been working. Spartans have been all over these runs.
Bowling inside the 5-yard line.
All right, we'll see what they can do here on 3rd down. This is a big stand for Early County and for GAC. We'll see what they can pull off.
Oh, and it's tipped up into the air.
Ball.
Oh, luckily just falls to the ground. Luckily it wasn't picked off there by one of the GAC defensive linemen, just like we saw in the Falcons game last night.
Sean Weatherspoon with a great play, but
I think another one even by Babineau. He got one of the picks. Big rush by what was his name?
John Abraham.
Bierman. Or Abraham.
Abraham and Bierman.
One of those guys.
Bierman actually had, this is a little known fact, but he had red contacts in while he was playing. Talk about, the hatred in your eyes. And I think we're seeing it right now with GAC. They're going to be running after to try to block this field goal. A lot of intensity. We'll see what happens. Holds good, and it's a short little bunt almost, but it's through the uprights.
Complete opposite of the extra point we saw last time, Ben, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're trying to keep it nice and short, not too complicated, simplify it down to just an easy field goal.
And that'll make the score Early County 10 as they'll go up. And now GAC is down with 9 points as we have 4:53 left in this first half. Peter Whiteneck back again for GAC. The deep man back there with him. Who has he got? He's got Darius Slayton probably to his right. I can't see the number, but I'm going to take a guess and say that's Micah Abernathy, the speedster.
So Cameron, from so far this game, we've seen a lot from these kickers, really demonstrating kind of an odd look. What are you expecting coming into this kickoff with the momentum on their side now, up 1 point? You think they're going to go a little squib? You think they're going to go deep? What do you think's going to happen?
I'm not sure what the kicker's range is, but the last 3 times we've seen squibs, so I wouldn't expect anything different from that so far, not trying any onside kicks or anything crazy. And there's the squib again. And he was about to run with it, but then he saw he had no blocking, and he fell right to the ground. That's number 19 with that recovery.
Very smart play there. That's a mature receiver right there. You saw upfield. You saw what could have happened. It didn't happen because he was smart there. That was a great play.
Yeah, not trying to do too much. Just getting the ball, giving his team possession so they can hopefully put some points on the board right before the half.
We'll say it out loud.
Number 12, Rafi Chappell, will come up in the I formation. He's got two receivers right. Looks like Early County's coming with the blitz, and they'll run a sweep. The Scales. Looks like a halfback pass. And it's caught.
Wow, that just shows the athletes they have in this team. You look, every single person on this roster is able to fill in every single spot. They're just doing a great job.
That's right. Kyle Scales showing off his arm there as he's able to make about a 30-yard pass to Chris Williams, number 8. So he's been making all kinds of plays here so far in this game, receiving-wise.
Talking about Scales, early in the game, I corrected myself, but I accidentally said Trevor Scales. That's because I was thinking about the guy who came out of Dunwoody High School and is now the Ivy League running back of the year. So back to the new up north. Back to the game now.
And a deep ball thrown. Who's going to get it?
And
it looks to be...
Oh, nope, incomplete. Incomplete, ruled by the ref. Looks like number 3 out there, Peter Whiteneck, had the ball, but it was knocked down just at the last second by the Early County defender. Almost a big play.
A huge play by the defense there for Early County that he got that touchdown out of the hands of Peter Whiteneck. Pretty secure hands, secure enough for 3 touchdowns last week against Heard County. But unfortunately, no touchdown there. We'll see what Rafi Chappell can do on this next play. He's got two back in the set with him, 2 split out to the left, and 1 to the right. Hands it off to Scales. About a 4-yard gain. Down to the 26-yard line, Cameron.
You know, Scales so far hasn't really had too much yardage here. How the Early County defense has been able to contain him so far. But he'll be wanting to change that hopefully in the second half, or even the little time we still have left here in the first half.
Right, and he's so volatile they don't want to let him go to waste with just little trivial up the middle runs. He can't escape on those, but they're going to try to get him outside, like you said. It'll be 3rd and 6. Rafi Chappell drops back, hits his man, rolls inside, almost got away. Can't quite tell who it is. He's brought down at the 14-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10.
And that's number 2, Darius Slayton, making the big catch in the first down, staying inbounds as the clock will continue. Oh, well, it will run as soon as the refs will make the spot in this first down.
That's Chappell, once again, showing some similar attributes to his brother out there, making pinpoint accurate passes. That was a great job.
3:16 counting down on the clock. High formation.
A short handoff. It's a gain of 1 or 2. Looks like it'll be 2nd and 9 or 8. 2nd and 7, actually. So a solid run there for 3 yards. It's 2nd and 7. 1 more first down or a touchdown here. Definitely in the red zone for GAC. See what they can pull out of this. It's currently 9-10 right now. So if GAC can get a touchdown here, they're up by 6. That's 2 field goals or another touchdown. I mean, like you said, Ben, this safety's really thrown off the scoring.
Yeah, this is turning out to be a similar game to 2002 when they only lost by 2 points. So maybe there's a safety back there. We'll have to check that out. So, yeah, that was a great run by Trevor Scales. See, this is where we got to be slowly but surely driving down the field, get a touchdown, a quick score before the half runs out.
See 2:19 as he runs out of bounds and the clock will stop. Plenty of time left for them to make any plays here. 3rd and long. As then they'll send in some more receivers. It looks like they're sending Micah Abernathy and Chris Williams to the huddle. Maybe bringing a little bit more speed to the outside. See that will play out.
Yeah, this is huge for GAC because they're going to be kicking off to Early County's second half. So if they can get a quick score here, that will totally change the momentum going into the second half.
Receiver motions out to the left. Kyle Chappell.
There's a jump pass, and it's caught.
Makes it. Beautifully caught by
Is that Chris Williams again?
I believe that's Chris Williams once again.
Chris Williams is having a party out there today. He's got, I don't know how many catches, at least five catches, probably closing in on 80 or 90 yards for the game.
Another touchdown by GAC. I mean, just unbelievable. That's going to bring him to with the field goal, a 16-10 lead.
Showing a little TiVo action there, jumping up, making the ball. They got all the blitz going in. I mean, but there's 2 minutes
unorthodox.
left. Yeah.
Been playing NCAA 13.
Oh, how's that coming, Cameron?
Oh, wait, he's not even on that game. Well, that's all.
Yeah, with 2 minutes left,
He wasn't on 12 either.
Yeah, with 2 minutes left. Hopefully the Early County team can get a quick 2-minute drill. Like they practice every day in, day out. So GAC will look to kick off. Cameron, you expect the same thing? Keep it back, unlike the Early County has.
Indeed, I do.
So with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left, the score being the Spartans 16 and the Early County 10. Spartans have all 3 of their timeouts. Early County has 2.
And as you said,
sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Go ahead.
Oh, and we said before, we have 2 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock. Score 16-10. Early County down. They'll want to put some points on the board right before they go into the half and maybe get something good to talk about as they get in the locker room.
And they'll get the ball back after this kickoff. GAC players kneeling down, getting in that powerful position. And a short little kick. See if that's caught, and it is.
Looks like he went for a fair catch there. Very smart decision by the receiver.
I've seen situations like that go terribly wrong when the man did not call for a fair catch and he was absolutely blown up by the defenders. Will not name any names, but he is all right.
Yeah, he was actually not blown off. He was hit very hard, just in case you didn't pick that up.
I remember a couple of one very specific example of when Adam Sanders, a good friend of mine, went screaming in, did not see the fair catch call, and just slaughtered the poor second tier of the receiver in the second tier of men there. I mean, he didn't see that hand wave. Got to keep your head up when you run.
I'm not sure he would appreciate you talking about him, but that's okay.
But he's got so many other great contributions that they neutralize.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean,
some really short kicks here tonight.
Of course. It's
opportunity for a return.
It's different to see how this special team's playing out so far this game. I mean, both teams coming from that kind of squib angle, and now you can see the marching band coming out, being ready to play. The Early County team, I saw them warming up earlier. Both the Spartans and the Early County bands really having a great job.
And Early County will have 2 minutes and 4 seconds to try to put some points on the board again. As you can probably hear, just like Ben said, that band's starting to come down the field for the halftime show. Fans are on their feet.
A laser down the middle of the field to the 50 with short time left.
That's exactly what we need. We need to get a quick first down so they can move the chains, stop the clock, and come back. Maybe no huddle, depending on what this coaching staff thinks about. And then they can drive it down the field for a score.
And it's 1:57 to go. Clock stops to move the chains. They'll get up to the ball as quick as they can.
What Early County needs to do is take their time. They have plenty of time left on the clock, 1:50. That's plenty of time to get down 50 yards and get into the end zone.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do is try to rush things and throw an interception.
Oh.
Like almost was there. Almost a pick. That would have been detrimental for the GAC, or for Early County, excuse me.
And that was number 5, I think, for GAC, almost making the big play there. Able to knock it down there still. Parker Polehill. He'll be hitting himself after that play. He'll want that pick back.
He had a couple of chomps on it almost, and then he just lost the control as he hit the deck.
Yeah, that's great athleticism by him. Keep hitting it up, just never quitting.
Right.
Shouldn't have eaten that popcorn.
That's right.
There you go, and it'll be Ja'Cory Taylor back in the gun, and it's blown dead. Looks like it'll be a timeout by
GAC.
So while we have this time to spare, one interesting topic I found interesting when I came in here was they have the play clock on both sides of the field. Cameron, you played in the game. How does this affect you in the playing field?
Well, not me personally. I'd say it won't affect that much, but definitely for the quarterbacks, they're able to see how much time they have for each play. You know, if they can take their time or they need to hurry up. Definitely makes a difference, especially in these types of situations when they have just a little bit of time to drive down the field.
Of course. And there's a huge part playing when you have it on one field and then the next game you don't.
That's right. Can't get used to it. You know, you can use it for those games where you have it on the field, but, you know, you can't get accustomed to seeing that clock right in the corner of the field.
And once again, remember to join the conversation about high school sports. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at PlayOnSports, hashtag GHSA Football. We're waiting on those tweets, ladies and gentlemen.
We need to give out some shout-outs.
I know. We would love to. GAC putting up a big stand here. It'll be 2nd and 10. See what they can do. Early County, Ja'Cory Taylor takes the ball, a lot of pressure, rolls off of it, screens it out to the left, a gain of about 8 yards that he's finally brought down.
Andrew Lewis once again getting in there quick, causing pressure, making him move out of the pocket.
Right, and that's a huge, I mean, to get that kind of factor on Ja'Cory Taylor, that's really the only kid and the only time we've seen it. We haven't seen much from Ja'Cory Taylor himself on defense or from the GHSA inner linemen. We'll see if that can become a factor. They've already been stopping the run, so they're a little bit occupied with that. And it'll be handed off. That's a first down. Pardon me, it'll be kept by Ja'Cory Taylor. And that's a rush of about 4 yards.
Yeah, in the second half.
Across the 40.
In the second half, it should be interesting to see if they use him a little bit more in the running game. I mean, as you can already tell, he's a great passer, but very efficient on the running game, too.
Right, and he's tall. He's a big enough guy to be a runner. Very, very quick and agile.
Like we said, last game he rushed for over 100 yards. Or, no, excuse me, he rushed for over, 100 yards. Rushing for 147 yards.
No rushing there. A short pass, that'll be 2nd and 5. But yeah, the rushing is a big, big factor. You don't even need a running back if you've got that kind of quarterback.
That's right.
46 seconds left on the clock, starting to make a difference here as Early County will call a timeout. Trying to make something out of this last drive in the first half.
That's a good decision. Just over 45 seconds left, like you said.
As you can see,
they got to make something happen.
As you can see, both coaches in the huddles trying to get their team fired up. Because some people forget that this could be the last game these teams play. For the seniors, this could be terrible, but also this could
phenomenal.
This could be a difference in a life.
It's only one end. It's one end of the spectrum. I mean, you know, it's such a life experience to play high school football, and for these seniors who never get to experience that again, maybe they get it in college, and you really only get taste of it just playing with acquaintances and such.
Yeah, I mean, this is something you'll remember.
Day.
Yeah, of course, this is something you'll remember for the rest of your life. You go back, tell stories about your high school football career.
You know, I've met people that have played college football, you know, people playing right now. But, you know, they say there's no experience that's like high school football. You know, they're playing big league and Division I football, and they'd still rather be playing high school.
And that's a little shovel pass.
Number 6, that'll be a first down. We'll stop the clock.
I believe that's to
number 6.
Jatavius Lyles. Number 11, the now running back, usually a linebacker. So a lot of versatility in this Early County offense. You got a quarterback that plays DN. Your receivers are all over the map.
38
that
seconds
quarterback
left.
Is rolling left. And a beautiful pass right into the hands.
Oh, he's got to get out of bounds. And
out of bounds. Well, beautifully done with
the clock's
short
still
time.
Running.
That was awesome.
28 seconds.
Great job by
that.
Early County fans are not happy about that.
Yeah, that was huge for the Early County. I mean, with 28 seconds left, this is where we got to put up a quick score.
It's crunch time. Definitely crunch time. You're up 16-10. If you can get one more touchdown, it's a 2-possession game, and that's a big deficit for GAC, only able to produce one touchdown here tonight so far.
Especially coming in and getting the ball in the second half, that's going to play a factor maybe in the play call and what happens in these few final seconds.
Oh, and a slant thrown. Oh, and it's picked off by the GAC corner. Who's that? Darius Slayton. He'll take a knee in the end zone. That's a huge play to stop this drive right at the end of the half.
Very smart.
Great play.
We'll start off at the 20, and they'll get a shot at the end zone. We'll see what they can pull off.
That was very smart by the one who picked that play off. I mean, taking a knee, so no safety, and don't want to get into anything like that. But yeah, with the aggressive scheming and the breakaway speed,
Really
I wouldn't count them out yet.
Really
Absolutely
unlucky
not.
play there by the for Early County. Through the slant, the receiver tipped the ball straight up in the air, and the corner was able to make a great play on it. So they made a great drive all the way down the field, but it's thrown off by that one mistake.
And whenever you get into your zone, all of a sudden you're just so focused that you just forget about the other players. You're hitting all your passes. All of a sudden, one of them just gets totally picked off, and it just blows your mind. And it totally changes the momentum of the game, of the crowd, and everyone. And GAC will be entering the locker room happy, although they're also down 6. So we'll see how the second half plays out. And we will have an exciting halftime show by the Early County Band.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing how these bands compare. We're always talking about football, but really it's these bands doing a great job, working hard all year, every day, just like these football teams.
A lot of pepping up the team, pepping up the coaches, cheerleaders, fans, all of that jazz.
That's right.
No cheerleaders tonight.
Oh,
It's killer. We got some flag twirlers, some flamethrowers. No.
flamethrowers.
Just like the firecrackers they're shooting.
Yeah, it's just a lot of flames
Welcome to
in the
Georgia
hearts of these students.
high school football right here.
It's the show tonight.
We got flamethrowers, we got firecrackers, we got all sorts of illegal equipment.
That is not true.
Flamethrowers are pretty illegal. I don't know. But once again, remember to join the conversation about high school sports. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at PlayOnSports, hashtag GHSA Football. And remember, Cameron, where does the energy come from for the junior Georgia high school playoffs?
Peanuts? I don't know.
It's completely accurate.
Oh,
They
really?
take the peanuts.
I don't know.
And they break it. They break them down. No, I'm not sure how they do
They
it.
can do it for peanut butter, hard
Exactly.
boiled, protein,
Peanut butter,
protein,
boiled peanuts.
calories,
Never had a
everything
hard-boiled
you need.
peanut before. I've seen them. I've seen them at the games. I see people with the bags of the boiled peanuts.
You might get a
really-
hard boiled. You
They're
never
delicious.
know.
They're delicious. I have to say.
Really?
I've had experience. They are delicious.
I'll have to try one.
A hard boiled peanut.
Yeah, maybe they have one here at the GAC Spartans. Home
that-
of the Spartans.
Is that salty?
I sure hope so.
How you doing, baby? When you gonna start announcing, man?
I'm doing it on
So, J. Paul, a quick summary of the second half, or first half, excuse me. What do you think both teams looked at?
GAC's got a lot of potential. I think they've got the momentum going into this next half. They're down by 6, but if they can use this momentum to their advantage, they can make it a 17-16 game, be right in the thick of things with Early County, and we'll see how that goes. I think Early County's Ja'Cory Taylor's done a phenomenal job thus far. Not a lot of obscenely breakout performances like in GAC's game against Heard County, where we saw 4 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns, accompanied by 3 reception touchdowns by Peter Whiteneck. But I think we've got a lot more to see out of those big GAC players like Peter Whiteneck.
Absolutely. Coming into the second half, I think it's going to be the winner is going to end up being the team who has the most breakout players. I mean, the first half we didn't have some huge breakout players. We had some big plays that were definitely factors in the score right now, which is 16-10 Spartans.
Right, and any game can be totally just the course of it can be completely changed by turnovers. When we've only seen a couple of them tonight, we've seen that late interception by GAC, and I think whoever wins the turnover battle, if it's GAC, I think they can pull it away.
Absolutely.
And if it's Early County, they can do the same. It's just either team's got so much potential with turnovers. Early County's, you watch their highlight reel and you see these obscenely athletic players who are able to get up and make big picks and big plays for this defense. So I think it's really going to be about a battle of the defenses, because it seems like the big offensive players like Peter Whiteneck,
Absolutely,
and Ja'Cory Taylor, they've been relatively neutralized. They've made the plays when they're they're there and the defense gives them to them. But other than that, they haven't been able to. It's been a lot about defense.
Absolutely. As we were talked about many times so far this game, Andrew Lewis for the GAC defense.
Right.
He's got back there many times, unable to sack very many times, but getting back there, showing some pressure, that can get the quarterback out of his comfort zone and maybe make a bad pass.
And and for the defense for Early County, number 51, Jartavius Jones, along with his man number. Yeah, that's for the Early County defense, along with his man number 50, that is Kendris Williams. I always forget Kendris Williams' name. Jartavius Jones just flies off the mouth. I love it.
Yeah.
The
it rolls
D-line,
nice on the tongue.
Right, the 2 D linemen inside. I mean, senior, junior, it's just they've been around for long enough. They've got it down. And to have that core group able to stop the big running backs, the big, powerful running back of Kyle Scales, really been a non-factor thus far. I mean, he seems almost average out there, but some of these kids that have seemed average truly aren't average. I mean,
oh yeah, coming into the second half, that's going to be huge. These players, these key players, known as breakaway players, are really going to need to break away.
Right.
Honestly, you know what these reminds me? You're talking about kind of like the big three up the middle, defense, offense, both.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the Heat. We got LeBron James.
There you go.
We're stacked. I'm not very basketball savant, but I know very similar attributes.
Right, and there's a lot of different sports out there that truly do relate to football pretty well. You've got, you've got the contact of lacrosse. You got the
sportsmanship of basketball.
Sportsmanship of any sport. We sure hope.
Of course.
And
that's
there's some great trends, great coaching, great kids.
Yeah,
and
of course.
I mean, the effect of sports on the lives and the minds of these young students has been so profound over the years. It's been profound in myself, and it's helped me so much. And to learn how to play with a team and to learn what it means to be a part of a family.
Absolutely. I mean, as all of our viewers probably know, football is the greatest team sport ever. It's one of the few where there's contact, like you said, lacrosse is one, but this can do a tremendous deal for players for the future and for the present.
An extremely binding sport. I mean, there's a reason you see so many football movies that are just so touching. Remember the Titans?
I love that one.
Radio is a great movie too. I mean, that's based on a football. That's based on a true story. I love a movie Radio. It's really inspirational. But as you were saying, I mean, some of these stories you hear, these true stories, they're in real life and they've happened. Some happened
right
in high
in front
school
of us.
Football.
I mean,
yeah.
we've seen a couple of just some of these breakout players that we've already mentioned so many times. The names getting just ingrained into our heads. It's just if only these kinds of breakout players can be truly appreciated by more and more people, and that's what it's what Play-On's all about: getting these kids on TV, showcasing the talent, and bringing you the best.
Of course, and that also gives some kids the opportunity to go to college and learn the academics and have that kind of experience. That's life-changing.
Absolutely. To bring it back to some more concrete things, in this first half, we've just the one touchdown for the Spartans. Who is that by again, Ben?
I can't remember. Cameron, you want to help
for
us
the
out
Spartans?
Here?
I believe they scored 2 TDs.
They have.
One by Slayton.
No, they've only scored one. It was by Slayton. I was seeing if Ben knew it. It was a trivia question.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, no.
Anything else? I got you.
All right. Tell me how many touchdowns. Jakari. Was it Jakari that you knew?
Jakari?
Corey Taylor.
Corey Taylor had
Chapel?
No, I think it was Rafi Happel.
Chapel.
Oh, that's us having fun up here on the Georgia broadcast.
Having a good time. And once again, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We want to see those hashtags.
I want some shout-outs. I'm killing for some shout-outs. Where are my shout-outs?
But yeah, all the best coverage of Georgia football throughout the playoffs. Go to WSBTV.com.
Oh, I think I'm getting a shout-out right now.
Oh, man. I want to say it.
It's hot. It's hot off the press.
It's from Noonan, Georgia. It is Jack Marius Taxeratrix. Thank you. Shout out to you. Awesome. That's our first one of the day.
Next one I get. Dibs.
All right, you got it.
Yes.
The one and only Ben 40.
Oh, I'm surrounded by a bunch of great people. Great announcers, but even better people. Great athletes. I mean, Jay Paul playing squash and lacrosse.
Appreciate it, man.
Our very own
Polo.
Cameron Stewart.
And some very friendly box mates up here with with us up in the box. They've got a nice little box of candy.
Doing great job up here.
Very generously offered to us. So thank you for the hospitality, Greater Atlanta Christian.
Speaking of Greater Atlanta Christian, being at this place, I mean, the energy is just vibrant. When you get into these big plays, I mean, you can see everyone standing up. Everyone, not only the kids, but the parents are all just getting crazy in here. This is a crazy environment to be in right now.
Absolutely. They're all so involved. They know what's going on. They're all on their phones right now, but
yeah, halftime.
Wouldn't get to see as much excitement right now, but it's been every time a big play happens, the interceptions happen, they send off those little I don't know what they're called.
Firecrackers.
Not firecrackers.
I'm kidding.
But little
explosive
confetti shooters of sorts. And
of course.
Oh, Ben, it looks like we're getting another
really
shout out here. This is from Duluth.
That is Ibrahim Mozanus.
No, I believe it's pronounced Ibrahim Moises.
Oh, Ibrahim, that's my boy from Duluth.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know that guy.
Excuse me on my pronunciation.
That's all right. We got some crazy names coming in here.
Duluth Charter School. Solid schooling system out there. I believe the Westminster Science Olympiad team had a solid outing against them the other. It was a big upset. That's why it's really sticking in my head. But just an interesting fact. And here comes the GAC band. We will stop being so random with some of these comments.
We're just having fun up here, but now let's try to get back to the Georgia high school football game. A lot of excitement, a lot of butterflies in the stomach, especially coming into the second half. Our away guests down by 6.
And with this GAC band, what kind of instruments we seeing out there? I'm seeing the tubas, 3 of those.
Yeah. Give a shout out to our friend up there doing camera, Doan, plays the flute. I mean, I'm pretty sure we have a flute down there.
I'm sure he scouted him out down there, or up here.
As well as Elliot Kaplan.
Yeah, of course.
The techno master, tearing up the graphics here tonight.
When we say techno, we do not mean the type of music.
That is correct.
We mean technology.
Techno is short for technology. Got those tubas out there, getting the low notes. Got the flag twirlers.
Wow.
Very in sync.
That's impressive.
That's some nice form. Look at that. One of them is a tiny bit off. That's kind of a little bit awkward, but the rest are doing a great job.
I mean, you don't see that very much in a high school football game. It's nice to see that kind of participation from the students here.
And every high school's got their own thing. Sometimes it's the phenomenal flag twirlers. You got the cheerful cheerleaders sometimes, and sometimes you've got some amazing bands that really just show up and put on a great show. We got some trumpets, a lot of brass out there and percussion.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to a football game yet. I've yet to see a football game where each school doesn't have something a little special. It's anything from bands to anything else. I mean, even if it's just a huge student section, that can play a huge impact on the players, given that they're high schools.
Absolutely. You see all these excited students. Really, it's so cool to be on the field and look back and see your friends in the stands cheering you on. It gives you somebody to impress when you're out there.
Yeah,
so it actually helps your game out.
See your girlfriend out there, smile to her. I mean, that can actually change your performance. Trust me. Been there, done that.
Ben 40 has been there, done that.
That was being sarcastic.
I know.
Okay, so looks like the band's finishing up their dramatic performance. I mean, very good job.
Gymnastics.
That's right. Seen some great performances out here. So we talked about the recap. We talked about what they need to do. Any other thoughts on the first half?
In the first half, it's really been about just so many things that it's hard to narrow it down. It's been about the defense. It's been about turnovers. It's been about special teams. Almost missing that extra point. If you can't put in extra points, you change your game. You change the whole game of special teams. I mean, that's a difference of 2 points off of a point off of Early County, a point off GAC. It's just when you turn those 7s into 6s, it changes the game. You don't need as many scores, obviously.
Absolutely.
There's some obvious ramifications, but to see when you've only got to make if you can make a touchdown when you're down by 6, you retain the lead. Whereas you miss the PAT and you're only tied, you got to go into overtime. Maybe the other team makes a last-minute field goal, and it costs you the game.
Which can obviously change the entire spectrum of the game. I mean, the momentum switch that goes into that. Also, I mean, at the beginning of the game, you might not notice how big of a role that will play in the end of the game, but towards the end of the game, we're about to see how that's going to affect. Being with a safety, those just add up some weird numbers that we don't usually see.
Right, and a football team isn't used to that. They're used to playing with nice rounder like numbers like 17, 14, whatever it is. But we're gonna give you a quick summary of how the Elite Eight got to where they are. So Early County has defeated Screven County, and before that, Bleckley County, a 2 seed along with a. So Early County was originally a 3 seed behind I believe. Pardon me. Early County was a 3 seed behind Brooks County and Fitzgerald. So Fitzgerald was actually in the bracket above them. If Early County wins tonight, they could see Fitzgerald in the semifinals. And I believe, so some of the projections here tonight have been. This is all by MaxPreps.com. Brooks County projected to beat Calhoun. So Calhoun, one of the favorites in the tournament, but Brooks County projected to beat them 35-28. We'll check in on some of those scores for you later. Early County at Greater Atlanta Christian, that's us. And the projection there is 28-27. An Early County victory. Fitzgerald at Jefferson, a projected Fitzgerald victory of 28-21. And Lamar County at Lovett. Lovett retaining home field advantage with that number 1 spot in the region. GAC behind them in the number 2 spot. They're in Lovett's region, and that's the region, and that's Region 6AA. Westminster, the 3rd-ranked team, barely making the playoffs, eliminated by Jefferson, who is currently playing Fitzgerald. So we'll see the outcome of that match. A lot of long drives, going all the way out there to Jefferson or, wherever you got to go. GAC, the traffic was a little rough, so it ended up being a longer drive. But, that I-85 downtown traffic will get you, Cameron.
Oh, it will all the time. I just kind of took some back roads using the old iPhone. People have been complaining about the new maps, but it got me here in a pretty decent time with the traffic, considering the traffic. So, I'm not hating.
Not hating indeed. And once again, the power for these games is powered by Georgia's peanut farmers.
The peanut farmers.
So we do thank the peanut farmers.
Not potatoes, not tomatoes. Peanuts. Peanut farmers, the backbone of the United States economy. All right.
So guys, we've seen a lot of different looks from both teams in the first half. We've seen squib kicks. We've seen shotgun. We've seen all the formations basically. What do you expect? What do you expect, Cameron, coming into the second half? Any different looks? Different formations? Maybe you expect trick plays?
Well, you'll definitely look for the GAC defense to look to contain Corey Taylor, the most athletic player on the field.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what the GAC defense is probably getting talked about right now in the locker room.
They got to contain them. They might defense even might want to be able to leave a spy. Oh, sorry. Take it away, man.
Sorry about that little technical difficulty. My man over here, Cameron's having a little trouble.
Oh, sorry about that. I just choked on my sandwich there, but it's all right. So as I was saying, I can't even remember what I was saying. Something about,
containing.
GAC defense might want to even leave a spy linebacker, contain Corey Taylor there as he's been able to get out of the pocket and sort of gets his own yards when he needs it. He's also been very effective in the air, so not much you can do when your quarterback's making runs and passing. It's sort of like a Johnny Manziel.
Denard Robinson.
Or Denard Robinson.
That's right.
Able to do it both ways. And there's really not much you can do in that situation.
Yeah, it's really effective, and it's really nice as a coach, as a team, to have a quarterback with so many attributes, all the tools in the toolbox. So coming into the second half, we look for the defense to kind of contain there, see if they can get a few stops, even let up a few yards just in case. But Cameron, it's really nice to have you out here being a defensive cornerback. Is that right? Linebacker?
Linebacker.
Linebacker.
Yep.
Having a lot of experience in the game, playing in the Georgia High School Football League. Yeah, it's nice to have you out here.
I appreciate that, Ben. I know you've been, you're in 6th grade now? 7th?
Sixth grade.
Yeah, you guys didn't think that. We had a 6th grade guy down here. He's doing work, all right? See, kids, you can do anything. You put your mind to it. This kid's in 6th grade. He's out here doing a broadcast.
Hey, it's fun.
For Play On Sports. This is the big times right here.
Having a blast.
Ben 40, remember that name.
Thank you very much, Cameron. Okay, so the band trots off after a beautiful performance. Now we're looking to see both teams coming out of the locker rooms. Should be interesting second half. This is win or go home situation. And with the clocks winding down to about 2 minutes, we hope to see sportsmanship and the rest of the undesirables, in the second half. Cameron.
Yep. As you can see, the kickers are starting to make it out onto the field, getting warmed up. And we'll be able to probably see the rest of the teams coming out very shortly as we're about to resume this game. The second half will begin in about a minute and a half. So everyone's starting to make it back to their seats. And they got their popcorn, got their nachos. I think one guy's got a hot dog down there.
Yep.
Chili cheese. And everyone's, starting to get comfortable back in their seats, ready for another half of high school football.
That's right. We can't express how amazing these people in the room are being. They're being so nice and kind. And they're doing a great job, the referees especially. They can't get all the calls right, but they're getting about as close as you can get. Doing a great job the whole game.
As we've mentioned before, just the amazing people that are up here in the booth with us, they've been, doing a great job as well. But they've also been just extremely nice to us, offering us candy bars. I'm watching my carbs right now, so I had to decline. But we'll talk about that later as the team's starting to make it back onto the field. GAC first, so they're starting to warm back up. With, 25 seconds left on the halftime clock. And see, they'll probably put a little bit more time, give Early County a chance to get warmed up before halftime, as they're not out on the field yet.
Yeah. Well, that just shows a little bit about coaching staff's decisions. It tells a little bit. But Cameron, so I'm curious. I bet on behalf of the viewers out there, I'm pretty curious. You've had the opportunity of playing in a high school playoff game. What are the butterflies like? What's the nervousness? The chances that you could go home and not play another football game for the rest of the season. What's going through your mind?
Well, it's really nerve-wracking. It's not just on game day. The entire week, every day of practice, you're thinking about the what-ifs. But, especially with me, our coaches, calming us down, thinking about you got to think for the moment. Right now, just do what you can right now. And don't worry about the future. Don't worry about what's going to happen in the future. You worry about what's going on in the present. Everything else will just fall into place.
That's right. There's probably a bunch of famous quotes about that, but I have no idea what they are at the moment.
Yeah, we can get those on live for you. Yeah, probably Gandhi or something, Confucius, or And here comes Early County back on the field. They'll put 2.5 minutes back on the clock, just as I predicted. And it looks like we have. See you later. That was just talking to Ralph Abernathy, a household name around these parts in Atlanta. So, Ralph Abernathy Sr. was part of the civil rights movement through Georgia. Martin Luther King's right-hand man, and one of his descendants is playing on this team, Micah Abernathy.
So we've been looking up some of those famous quotes. I've got you one off the top of my head. We're talking about staying in the present. Don't look to the future because we have no idea what could happen. One thing I've realized over the past, I've actually found from Kung Fu Panda, you should live in the present. That's why they call it a present. Another one is the secret of health for both the mind and body is to mourn for the past, not to mourn for the past. Worry about the future or anticipate troubles, but live in the present moment wisely and earnestly.
And that Kung Fu Panda, that was
Buddha.
Oh, that last one was Buddha, but the Kung Fu Panda, that was the old turtle guy.
That's the turtle guy, the wise turtle.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so you can see both teams warming up, walking down to their sideline. Over there, the Early County doing some stretches, high knees.
Don't want any pulled muscles out here.
That would
Cold
be bad.
day. You want to get warmed up. And you can see both teams. The GAC starting to make it back over to their sideline. Early County still warming up, utilizing all the time they have before we get started here with the second half.
Absolutely. Especially you're talking about cramps or anything like that. That usually happens when you don't drink enough water, but anything can happen out here right now with the cold hamstring, cold muscles. Injuries are definitely playing a factor in the coaching's decisions right now.
Definitely, for sure. No, as you said, you usually don't see as many cramps nowadays with the this time of season where it's a little bit more cold. You might not be sweating as much, but anything can happen.
Varsity Lady Spartans.
And the clock's winding down in halftime. And 3, 2, 1, and we will be able to start back up here right in a second. And there's the clock. And who will be kicking? Looks like GAC will be
kicking off to Early County. As GAC started with the ball, so that possession will flip. So Early County is going to get 2 back-to-back possessions here. Actually, not quite, because GAC had that pick at the end of the first Early County possession of this ending, this limbo halftime, post-halftime area.
Right.
And we'll see if they can create another opening for their runner. Who's that runner back there, Cameron?
Back for the Bobcats, that is, let's see. I will guess that's number 14, Ladonis Bryant.
I believe you're accurate.
And who else is back there with him?
Mike Abernathy? No.
No, they're kicking. For the Bobcats, number 19, Lorenzo Davis is also back there with Ladonis Bryant. So look to make a big return here. Start off the second half with some big plays. He'll catch it and go up the sideline, and he's got a seam.
He's got the seam again. And he goes to the 43. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Early County Bobcats.
So yeah, now we're back to business. We're ready to see what's going to happen in the second half. This is make it or break it for both teams.
I think it's been all about that defense. Let's see what GAC can pull up here. They've got that very versatile defense.
Absolutely. I just took a quick break. I went down and I went to the concession stand and I was like, what should I get? I need some energy. And then I thought, let's get some peanuts. So I got some peanuts.
Call.
And I'm feeling energized right now.
Oh.
Thanks to our sponsors.
You didn't even share.
Gotta give you some
They
peanuts,
were so
man.
good. What am I supposed to do?
They power our broadcast. I don't know how. I mean, I'm sure they're powering you. I wanted some power, man.
They are powering me. Hey, run down to the concession stand and get them yourself. They're delicious.
I gotta stay on the air.
As do I. Okay, so now we're bringing it back to the game. We got, we have Early County trying to drive down this field and get a score.
See what they can pull off. It's 16-10. They've got the lead. Let's see if they can lengthen it or if GAC will contest it.
Absolutely.
Ja'Cory Taylor takes a snap. Pressured a lot. Very nice pump fake, and he'll keep it himself. Gets up the field for about 3 yards. Very profitable play after the potential loss that he had back there of like a good 8 yards when that Spartan got in his face.
Yeah, that Ja'Cory Jones came flying down the sideline trying to knock a head off their quarterback, but as you can see, that was 83 Andrew Lewis again in the backfield, causing pressure, getting that quarterback out of his comfort and doing a great job this game.
Gotta block him. Back in the end zone, or back in the snap again. Options it out to their left, and it'll be possibly enough for a first down. We'll see. If not, it's a short 4th down play. So it's 4th and 1. What do you do in this situation here, Ben?
Well, as an offense, I would try to get my running game going. Oh, 4th down, I would definitely run up the middle to my running backs. With this, the tools and the running backs, Landry Jones, I think they need to get the fullback up the middle and gain that little yard.
Right, and I'd almost consider giving it to Ja'Cory Taylor
Absolutely.
either sneaking it or, setting up in a pass and then just using that scrambling ability.
And there you go. You got it
that
right.
second effort. There it is.
He squeezes forward and able to get that first down.
That is a first down.
It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Bobcats at the 50, right in the middle of the field, smack dab in the middle. See what they can do to make it to this end zone. The Spartans could not stand on that 3rd and 1, or on that 4th and 1. It's a really tough play. You really just got to. It's all about that size and athleticism that you can really just push their offensive line off the ball. And unfortunately, they had more offensive linemen and a little bit bigger of them, so they won that battle. Ja'Cory hands it off tosses it to his tailback there. Got loss of about 2 yards. That's killer.
An interesting decision to run it into the boundary with the sweep, as GAC was all over that play. You usually want to run your sweeps to the wide side of the field and give your running backs more space to run. Maybe trying to catch them off guard.
Right.
And, put the sweep into the boundary, but the Spartans were having none of that.
Yeah, I can imagine in the locker room, that's what the coaches for the GAC were stressing. They got to, like we said, Cameron, we got to contain the quarterback, and we got to hold their running game to a very minimum.
GAC shows blitz but bails. And a pass complete to number 7 for the Bobcats. That's Martavius Allen, the senior. And that'll be a first down for Early County.
Solid first down again, getting those increments of 10. I think they need one big play to get down to that 10 or 15-yard line, see if they can get into the end zone. A lot of these teams have both had a lot of issues with getting it in the end zone. They've had to settle for a little bit less, or they've been picked off or fumbled, recovered, whatever it's been. Had issues getting in the end zone. They've had a lot of red zone tries. And the pistol hands it off, breaks through. Looks like that'll be another first down for the Early County Bobcats. So 3 back-to-back first downs. Really well done by the Bobcats here. And that's big that you can show that kind of dominance in just your run game. There's only been, I believe, has there been a pass in the past? Couple of first downs? I don't think there has.
That last first down was actually a completed pass, about a 7-yard pass from Taylor to Montravius Adams, I believe.
I believe you're accurate.
There's another run up the middle. He gets another great gain. That's about 5 or 6 yards. And bring up a short yard situation. Let's say that's 6 yards and bring up 2nd and 4.
And I love those 2nd and shorts. You get a shot to go down the field, get a bigger 10 to 12-yard gain. In worst case scenario, you go 3rd and 4 and you convert that 3rd down. So we'll see what the Early County Bobcats can pull out of their hat, and the coaching staff can perform here.
Taylor's got 2 receivers at both sides. Running back to his right, he sends them in motion. And he throws the screen out to his man. Oh, and he's behind the line of scrimmage.
Caught.
And the corner makes a great play for GAC. Who was that? Maybe Slayton on that side. He's able to tackle ball carrier about 3 or 4 yards back, and that'll bring it back to 3rd and about 9 or 10. So not the way that Early County wants to go, going backwards. So they'll have another 3rd down to convert.
4-yard loss in the play.
3rd down again. Let's see if they pull it off again. 3rd and 9. This is where the rubber hits the road. Let's see if they can pull a touchdown out of it. Ja'Cory Taylor takes it up himself. It'll be 4th and 3. Did not convert the 3rd down. And
be another 4th down.
Had that pistol, the option, going there. Couldn't quite get it.
Another 4th down situation, and they will go for it again, and not having a strong kicker, I assume. And GAC fans are on their feet. All the GAC players are urging the fans to chant loud, make it hard for the Early County offense to hear the snap count.
2 to the right, 2 to the left, 1 in the backfield. Let's see what Ja'Cory can do. Incomplete pass, turnover on downs. Spartans ball. The crowd is happy.
Looks like
Spartans
Taylor.
Take over on the 24.
Looks like Taylor possibly had a man there, but overlooked him and threw an incomplete pass. It's a big stand for the GAC defense. They'll take over their side of the ball, trying to put something together here. Last quarter of the game, or last half of the game, trying to, put this team to sleep, maybe putting a score here, and possibly putting this game out of reach.
A huge turnover on downs by the Bobcats. You know, they're in that just about to the red zone. And they must not have the kicking power to put that field goal away. That's really just a rough crutch that you gotta contend with. Out to about the 26-yard line. Gain of about 2 or 3 by Scales there, Kyle Scales. He's been a very powerful runner, but not a huge impact here tonight. Wearing down the defense, but, you know, haven't seen any touchdowns or breakaways by him quite yet.
And that may have worked to GAC's advantage, as they have had a lot of success in the air this game. Maybe the defense is focusing a lot of their energy on Scales to try to contain him. That's opened a lot of things up in the passing game.
And that's what you want to try to do with your run. A nice crack block on the side leads to a first down Spartans. On the 35-yard line, Kyle Scales getting that big rush that we were looking for. That was number 4 on the crack block. Who was that, Cameron?
4, that's Micah Abernathy.
There we go. Big Mike. Related to the one and only Ralph David Abernathy, currently at Cincinnati playing some football. He's had a couple of big weeks.
Making some big plays up there.
Shotgun, passes left.
Oh, he's nailed.
No gain.
Big hit by number 17 for Bobcats. That is Laversay Taylor. He made a great play, read the screen perfectly, and just popped him right as he caught the ball.
That impact's killer, you know. Only gained a bruise, no yards. It's rough. A lot of impact. We'll see if the wear and tear has an impact on the defense and offense and everyone really here tonight. They've been out there a while. Some good blocking, but only another no-yard play for the GAC Spartans. That's killer.
Scales not able to find a gap there, as the offensive line of Early County had him gobbled up in the backfield.
3rd and 10 after 2 no-gain run and a no-gain pass. Got to convert this 3rd and 10, or else you got to punt it away. Spartans in their own territory. Ball back to Chappell. Chappell looks, throws, complete, short of the first down by about a yard. So that will give them a 4th down try if they want it.
That's Chris Williams again. He's had a big impact on this game, making another catch. Not quite able to make the first down. That'll make them close, and let's see what the decision for GAC will be. It looks like they may go for it here, as it is a short yardage situation. Being towards the middle of the field, not so risky.
They're bringing in big Andrew Lewis to see what he can do on the field. This is huge for GAC, because if they complete this running, if they get the first down, that could totally be a huge momentum change for both teams.
Spartans. Chappell. Ball snaps. Keeps it.
Oh,
Gets
it's a
the
fumble.
First down, and it's a fumble.
There's a fumble on the play.
Who got it?
I think, let's see.
Must have been recovered by the Spartans as they're waving the hands in the air. Spartan ball.
That's a lucky bounce for the Spartans, as their quarterback, Raffle, dropped the ball as he did a triple option sort of play. Kept it, big handoff to the fullback, kept it, and he stripped out. But, they were able to recover, luckily, and they'll get another chance to continue this drive.
Spartans squeak by that 4th down situation. There have been a lot of 4th down conversions by the Spartans and the Bobcats. It's really been amazing to see them convert so many.
Yeah, it's nice to see that aggressive take, especially in the first quarter, second quarter, and now in the third quarter. They're keeping on this aggressive take, and without much kicking game, it's tough to get those field goals, so it's nice to see this aggressive take going on 4th down.
I believe we've seen less than 5 punts for sure tonight. Chappell throws. Nailed. In the back. Forward progress will get him to the initial spot of the catch will get him to the 46. It'll be 3rd, 2nd, and 3. So that's a solid, 2nd and short situation. Really a good situation for the Spartans, and see if they can gain some momentum after that long 4-play gain of about 10 yards. We'll see what they can do with this 2nd and short. 4:16 to go And ticking. 20 on the play clock.
Yeah, that was a huge hit from number 17, Laverse Taylor. He really just came in flying there. Nice play.
Hands off to Scales.
Scales again, not able to produce anything. And
a fumble.
oh, dang. The Early County players are saying that they have possession of the ball. Let's see what the refs say.
All four. Oh.
And yes, it's early County balls. They were able to strip out the ball from Kyle Scales. Not sure really what happened on that play with Scales. I guess he just lost the handle on the ball.
They seemed confused about it at first. They were waving it dead, and then all of a sudden one of them just started motioning in the Early County direction. So kind of appalling there. GAC's a little mad there. Kyle Scales just hasn't been an impact here tonight. He's just been, I mean, he had 4 touchdowns last week, most of them over 50 yards as well. And he's only come in and had a fumble and some solid yardage at best.
Oh, man. What happened on that play? I missed the beginning of that, but turns out for a no gain for the Bobcats. Is, again, not really sure what just happened there, but he'll bring up a 2nd and long.
Back to the subject of Kyle. He the first round of the playoffs, he was out with an injury. So maybe that could be playing a part in this game. We really just can't be sure yet.
Right, and anything's possible. You know, you never know what can be going on with these players. They don't talk about their injuries all the time because they want to keep that PT, that playing time. 2nd and 9 with 3 minutes, 8 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter.
They're bringing the blitz.
Good blocking, but that blitz was too much for the Early County Bobcats. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Timed perfectly by the GAC linebackers as they came right as Taylor snapped the ball, and the blockers for Early County were able to do nothing as GAC defenders were already in their backfield before they even had a chance to make a block.
3rd down and 8.
Like we said earlier in the game, the first quarter, this was going to be a huge momentum shift. After every play, there's always that chance, and we can see it happening right now.
And a flare from the GAC crowd as Jacoby
just dancing around there.
Throws it away, nearly intercepted. A risky throw.
He had a man, but threw it high, almost picked off, just like you said, by Slayton. Number 2 for GAC.
Lucky enough it was high enough for the both of them.
That throw's incomplete for Linda.
You know, they look almost like the Saints out there, that gold and black and, white out there, It's a stretch, but kind of remnant of the Falcons throwback jerseys that we saw last night, along with the Saints, so you never know. Maybe it comes out the same way. Maybe it's different. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Anything could happen.
It is 4th and 8 now for Early County. We'll see if they punt it away, if they go for it. We've seen crazier things happen.
Looks like, is there a penalty on that last play?
There might have been because the officials are talking it over and it still says 3rd down. One of them's motioning no penalty.
Not sure what's going on down the field. We'll tell you as soon as we figure it out.
It might have been on Early County because we saw that sideline judge showing the declining of that penalty.
Yeah, we saw a lot of players coming in and out from the Early County side. GAC did not have any players switching out.
And it looks like Early County will punt in this situation. They have no choice, 4th and long, not wanting to risk giving GAC the ball with the momentum on their side of the field.
Of course.
And being in Early County territory, you really got to get it out of your own grounds and see if your big defense can stop them. Snaps right on, ball's away, in the air.
Man, fair catches
Feels the
it.
pressure, and he fair catches it.
That's Peter Whiteneck back there making a great play on the fair catch. And GC will take over at the 21-ish yard line.
And we haven't seen a ton of impact from Peter Whiteneck either. It's really been all about number 83, Williams, getting back in the backfield on defense, and Chappell getting a lot of touches on the ball at quarterback, really doing some damage with his arm down the field.
He's been liking his one receiver, number 8 for them, Chris Williams.
Right.
And really throwing him a lot this game. He's got 1 TD.
Yeah,
so
GAC
far
is having a really good aggressive take. Like we keep saying momentum, but also it's going to be body language. When the momentum switch, you can't let your body language get down.
Scales out there. They try him with another sweep, and he's just not finding the edge. These early county defenders have way more speed than he probably thought before, and he's not able to get the corner as he's run down by these defensive ends.
These defensive ends, I mean, huge factor. We've got number, I believe Ja'Cory might actually be out on this drive, unless I just can't see very well. Yes, Ja'Cory Taylor is out. He's resting, trying to keep that quarterback fresh. Not playing it both ways. We've got big number 9 giving a huge impact.
And check this, they're now in the Wildcat formation as Micah Abernathy. Oh, but number 9 for
Yeah, that was Kendrick Williams. Really came in, made a huge hit on that play.
As I said, they had they were in the Wildcat formation with Micah Abernathy in the quarterback spot, trying to get some speed back there. The quarterback was actually lined up as a tight end. They might even try to do some throwback or do some trickery. See what they do, but they're back in the normal formation now.
The size of intercepted, unbelievable. Beautifully
and they're ruling
done.
him in. That's inbound. That's a pick. Who's that? Number 15? KJ Wynn.
What?
Big pick. That's a terrible thing to happen for GAC right now. Awesome for the Early County Bobcats.
Early County.
They'll take over.
Thank you. Early County just came out there. That guy jumped out, made an awesome catch. Great job by the Early County defense. That secondary is really playing a huge part in this game so far. With all the momentum shifts, you could see the characters on the GAC side really kind of dropping the body language and the energy, kind of just floating out there.
Oh, a great catch by number 7, and he's still got room to run. He's going to get into the end zone. That's number 7 for the Bobcats. That's Martravius Allen. He makes a great play, making the catch and getting the yards after the catch. As we say, we call that yak, and getting into the end zone. What about that, J. Paul?
And a great turn of events for the Bobcats. I mean, to get an interception by your defense, totally turn the momentum of this game, and leave the GAC Spartans a little more hopeless with the lead of a coming lead of 13 with a good point after. Beautifully done on the interception and beautifully done on the run.
Great job taking advantage of that. Those are one of those instances where they kind of just give it to you, and you really just got to take advantage of it.
And that will give Early County the lead now as they go up 17-16. That weird score, just as you said before, that safety earlier in the game has really affected how this game is turning out as we are approaching the fourth quarter. 36.9 seconds left as in the third, right before we enter the fourth quarter, which could be the last, or will be the last quarter for some of these players on either GAC or Early County's team.
Yeah, it's really nice to see on the other side Early County's fan base. I mean, playing in a home stadium really usually gives you a home field advantage, but seeing all those fans out there, I mean, maybe the advantage isn't so much.
Well, yeah, Early County definitely brought a lot of fans here. As you can see, they filled up their entire side of the stands with they're all cheering, getting loud. I was talking, as I said before, I was talking to a few of them as I was walking in. They seemed very, very supportive of their team, and they were ready to get out there and cheer their hearts out.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of love for the football teams at both of these schools. We see it in the stands on the GAC side, the home side, and we've definitely seen it in the players of Early County. We do apologize for that score correction that we just had to make there. It was Early County and GAC scores were switched, so now it is Early County 17, GAC 16, and a lot of shenanigans going on around the 40 on that short kick. We'll see what the outcome is. I believe it's Spartan ball at about the 42, so some solid field position after a kickoff. Really, the kickers have really been a non-factor. Or if anything, a crutch to these teams, lacking a kicker, lacking someone that can really boot it deep. It really hurts your team.
Ben, you know a lot about quarterbacks. That last, what's his name? Raffle, he just threw a pick on that last possession. What does he got to do to get his team back in this game right now?
So this is when hearts could be down or anything like that. This is when he's got to group up his leaders. This is where you prove who your leaders are, You show who the followers are. You get together as a team. You become one, and you get your energy up so you can start another great drive.
Again,
and Scales is gone. He's breaking it loose.
And that is the speed we have not seen from Scales
He puts a move.
Unbelievably done by Kyle Scales. All the way into the end zone, breaking tackles left and right. That is the Kyle Scales from last week. He is back. That's going to be a huge impact for GAC, retaking the lead, making this a 21-17 game before the point after. Beautifully done.
Man, that was quite the run there. As looked like he might have not been able to get in the end zone, but he makes a move right near the 10-yard line, puts one move on the last defender to beat, and gets into the end zone, making that about a, what would you say, 60-yard run?
I believe so.
60-yard run.
And that's the second or third play of the drive. I mean, that's explosive. I mean, that's exactly what you want from an offense right now. You want momentum. You want explosivity. I mean, there's 16.2 seconds left. We're heading into the fourth quarter. It's about ready to be crunch time, and you want your team leading going into that.
Of course, of course. Like we said, Chapel probably rallied his team together. They did a great job. Oh, there we go.
2
Two-point
points
conversion.
to make it a 24-16 game. So the 6-point differential was not enough for, I think my math was right. Yeah, the 6-point differential was not enough for Coach Hardy. He went for that extra point. The extra 2 points, rather, and capitalized with a nice little kind of inverse drag. You usually drag out to the left, but he kind of just dragged the out route a little bit right across the end zone line. Made a great catch. Chapel delivered, and they're up 24-16, requiring this Early County Bobcats team to get a touchdown and go for 2. No, let's think about the math here. We need 7 points. Yeah. All right. Normal touchdown, normal PAT. A touchdown will not win it for Early County unless they go for 2.
Yeah, Kyle Scales did a great job. We've been talking about him all game, and he really just hasn't executed to perfection yet. And he came out here in that play and just totally just made it happen. I was thinking he must have just had some peanuts or something, get some energy going.
Oh, those peanuts.
It's all about the peanuts.
It's like steroids out there, you know. Right.
I don't know about that.
That's a little far.
Maybe those Georgia peanuts compared to the other peanuts.
Yep.
A lot of agility going on.
He's still up.
Second effort, still up. That's scary.
It's back and forth, back and forth.
Almost to the 30 there. A good 26-yard return by the Bobcats. It'll be 1st and 10. Let's see if they can make it happen, tie this game up with the touchdown, and we'll have ourselves a ball game. 6.6 seconds to go.
It was odd to see them actually kick it deep. No one has really done that very much this game, and it was kind of odd to see that. Cameron, what do you think about that?
Yeah, obviously not having the strongest kickers on this on the field today, but you know these kickers still will make a large impact on the outcome of this game towards the end.
Like we said earlier, special teams can make it or break it for a team. In these instances, both are kind of weak, but doing a great job so far.
Cross to number 14. Oh, a big stiff arm. He runs down the sideline. Wow, that was quite violent.
That's how you strike fear into a defense. You know, don't mess with big number 14, Ladonius Bryant.
He's really not that big of a guy. I think he's let's see,
5'11", 260.
260. Whoa, that guy was not 260. But
maybe I'm looking at number 51.
So yeah, the clock just
yeah. That's Jartavius Jones. My bad.
Yeah, but that was quite the play there. By let's see, who's that number?
Ladonius
Bryant.
Yeah. Absolutely. The clock just ticked down to 0. The fourth quarter is starting. As you can see, both teams holding up 4 fingers indicating the fourth quarter. This is crunch time, folks.
It's crunch time. This is what football is all about. This is the culmination of the high school football career for one of these teams.
You know, this is what the season's all about. Just like you said, you know, you put all those hours in the weight room, you know, doing stuff in the summer, you know, doing your workouts, running those sprints, all putting in time just for these types of situation in the fourth quarter where, you know, team that wins is going to be the one that's in better conditions, makes less mistakes in the fourth quarter, and is locked in.
And we will be sure to keep you updated on the time throughout this fourth quarter, as that's always a very big factor, along with the timeouts left. 3-3. for both the Bobcats and Spartans. So those timeouts, they'll stop the clock, you get out of bounds, stop the clock. Time management could be a big deal if it comes down to the last few minutes. The one team's got to make it happen. We'll save that for later. Ja'Cory Taylor bringing it in now. Snaps back. Fakes the little jet sweep. Gets upfield. Gets some nice yardage, about a 9-yard gain. And 56, let's get an identity on that. He blocked his man all the way down the field, and that's what you're looking for when you're an offensive line coach. That is textbook.
Yeah, that's what the coach wants to see on. That's what the coach wants to see on film. When you're in there, you see a guy driving his man all the way 10 yards, 15 yards back off the ball, not giving up, not letting his man get anywhere near the play.
I love it. Gets me going, just like those peanuts.
That's right.
Okay.
Those peanuts.
Georgia's Peanut Farmers contributing to the energy for Georgia high school football playoffs. And we saw it right there. A gain of another 9 yards.
Fumble on
and
the
a
play.
fumble on the play. Wow. Spartans are motioning their way. We'll see what the refs say.
This is one of those momentum changes that
they're
can
saying
make it a big
GAC ball.
Spartan ball. Fumbles
GAC.
and interceptions left and right. We've seen so many of them here tonight. I believe it's 4 to 5 turnovers on the day.
That is
total.
crazy.
And that's what you want your defense to do. It's been all about the defense, making turnovers, making things happen. 1st and 10 in your own territory, stopping a drive, stopping points. I mean, GAC's got the lead 24-17 right now. They want to eat up time on the clock. They want to run the ball to a hot set of feet. And Kyle Scales, they're in a perfect situation right now. Try to knock off a good 4 or 5 minutes off this clock and maybe get all the way down and get a score and really try to seal this game up. Chappell, the deep pass.
Got Peter Whiteneck, and
Whiteneck
drops it.
Nearly pulls it in.
Almost had it. Had in his hands, just drops it he was coming down to the ground.
If that quarterback wasn't there, he would have had it. He barely reined it in, and maybe a flailing arm or leg or something of that Bobcat quarterback jarred it loose. He's reassured by
Number 8,
the other
Chris
receivers.
Yep.
Yeah, that was Fred Means, who really just got in the face of him. He did a great job putting his hands up, but also playing by the rules.
He's going to be hitting the oxygen tank soon. That was a long run, and a bomb of a pass by Chappell there. Beautifully done.
Very risky play though in the 4th quarter.
Back in the shotgun, rushes it himself, breaks out to the left. Gets a seam all the way down to the 35 of Early County. Approaching the red zone. What will happen? We shall see. We're having a slight issue with the clock over here, getting that corrected. ASAP. And remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at PlayOnSports, #GHSA Football. Can't wait for those shout-outs. I think we had one while we were gone, Cameron.
Oh, let me check that. I completely forgot about that, yeah.
I think I felt a buzz.
Let's see.
We could all feel that vibe.
Ben, you want?
It might have just been the stands. The stands are just roaring right now.
There's a penalty.
Flag.
Who's that going to be on?
Spartans cheering. Looks like it might be an offsides.
And Ben, you want this one, or should I take it? J. Paul, you want it?
I think it might have been.
Let me take it.
Dan Smith?
I gotta take it.
Well, hold on. Let me just pull that up real quick.
Dan Smith out of Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, that was the one during halftime. We just got an incoming one as we're speaking from Lawrenceville, Georgia. It is
At 28-yard line.
Bruce Knoxville. And sorry I had to steal that one for you, Ben, but
Oh man.
It's all right. He's got the device.
You got next.
Two in the backfield, one to the left, two to the right. It's a run play. Kyle Scales is back, ladies and gentlemen. Beautifully done. Down to the 15 inside the red zone. A momentum player here tonight. We've been waiting for one to step up outside of these two quarterbacks and these defensive players. Finally, an offensive skill player really stepping up big, and it's a GAC player. They've currently got the lead for a reason.
That's right. Cameron, you're a starting linebacker for the Westminster team. You've been in these kind of situations before when they're really just starting to kick off the running game. As a linebacker, what do you need to do to make sure they don't get too aggressive?
Well, of course, as playing a linebacker, you know, when they're pulling all these guys, all the guards and linemen, you got to make sure that you're hitting them in the backfield, not letting them come to you. You got to make contact first. If I'm an early county linebacker right now, I got to make sure that I'm initiating the contact when I see a blocker and getting off it as quickly as I can to try to stop Kyle Scales from, you know, making all these yards that he's been getting lately.
Right, and it's a confidence issue too. If you can rally that confidence and really just nail Kyle Scales here, take away his momentum and confidence and desire that he's got going, make him doubt himself a little bit. Maybe you can keep him out of the end zone for one of these plays. 2nd and 8. Let's see what Chapel can do. It's a pass, feels pressure.
Oh.
Right off the shoulder pads of, was that Whiteneck?
That's his.
Might have been either Whiteneck or Williams, one of the two. Might have been Williams.
That's Williams.
That's Williams.
Yeah, when the ball is tipped up there that high, that really gives the defense an opportunity, new hope. You know, maybe
tip it up to that pick, you know.
Yeah,
yep.
There we go.
That's scary, you know. Sometimes you're unlucky enough that it hits you right in the helmet.
Yep.
And it just jars straight up, and it's a jump ball.
Yeah, number 19, Lorenzo Davis, was really running in there full steam, trying to get that interception. Unfortunately for them, it was a little too low. Couldn't get there in time, but that would have been a big changer.
Right. I mean, in the red zone, to have a turnover like Early County did at the end of the first half would have been another big momentum changer. 9:07 left in the game as Early County. GAC takes the timeout.
Yep.
It's Early County right now and just needs to get a stop so they can drive down the field. If they give up a score here, the game could be over, and I know Early County does not want to let that happen. So let's see if they can just rally together. Got to come one, figuratively speaking.
I like it. And remember to join the conversation about high school sports. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at PlayOnSports, #GHSA Football. And for all the best coverage of Georgia football throughout the playoffs, go to WSBTV.com. All the best coverage right here on WSBTV.com. And don't forget those peanut farmers. We thank them so much.
That's right. Delicious.
Still trying to figure out what a hard-boiled peanut might taste like.
They're delicious. You haven't had one?
I feel like they'd be just so a new kind of crunchy aspect of peanuts that we've just never achieved.
They're soggy a little bit.
That would be a normal boiled peanut. All right, Chapel's rolling left. A lot of pressure.
And there's going to be
flags down. Caught in the end zone.
Well, that will be coming back possibly.
It's coming back.
Looks like there was holding on that play.
Man.
But what a catch made there in the back of the end zone by Peter Whiteneck. It looked like that was a one-handed, if I'm
What an athlete.
not
I
mistaken.
mean, he got up on that. Got up, reined it in with one hand, Cameron, like you said.
And Ben, we got another shout-out here if you want to say it real quick.
Holding against GAC.
Ben's having some trouble with the pronunciation.
Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry, the phone turned off accidentally. Yeah, all the way from Lawrenceville, Georgia, we have Juge
Lawrenceville again. Wow.
I know. I mean, it looks like we got a whole family tuned in. Juge English, Mordoon.
No, come on. You can't butcher a name like that.
Jadiglish Mordoon.
Excuse my pronunciation. There's a lot. The fans are going crazy out here. They're
Shout out to you.
Thumping on the benches. You know, kind of hard to hear yourself
it's
all the way
so
up here.
joyful.
Yeah, we're having fun up here.
Shout out to Lawrenceville, man.
Yeah, get a lot
Thank
of
you,
good
Lawrenceville,
views.
for the attitude. I like it. Keeping it fresh.
That's right, J-Paul.
And it is 3rd and long for the Spartans here tonight. Let's see if Chapel can pull it off. Finds his man. Interference of sorts?
Nope. They're going to say it's... Oh. Well, there was a flag on the play. But they're going to call it holding again.
Man.
Wow, it's 3rd and like
well, they got another
yards.
shot at it. Yeah, 3rd and a good, you got 40 yards to go.
Yeah,
There's been crazier things that have happened, though.
Yeah, and
so
that, what was that?
Hope.
That Ravens game was like 4th and 29. Ray Rice was able to get that conversion. But
that's like
it's a little bit worse than that, but Still, you got 2 downs to do it, I guess.
With Kyle Scales coming out of his shell tonight in the 4th quarter, maybe he'll be able to get a few yards on 3rd down and then possibly get those extra few yards on 4th down. That will probably shut out the game with 8 minutes and 53 seconds left. If the Spartans can get this 1st down and run out the clock with up 2 scores, this game could get out of hand.
Well, with that much time on the clock, it's really difficult to ever say a game is over. We've seen the craziest comebacks. And in high school football, this GAC team has put up, how much is it? I'm trying to do the math here. 31 points, I believe, in a half. So it's completely doable for Early County, doable for GAC, so let's not put anything out of reach. Chappell back, receives the snap.
They're bringing the blitz.
A long
He's got
ball
Peter
to
Whiteneck. Oh, but he doesn't see the pass. Oh, man, he was open, but he did not see the pass coming.
I think it might have been that back right light that was in his eyes.
Yeah. Raphael Chappell threw a great, beautiful back shoulder pass. Unfortunately, Whiteneck wasn't able to see it in the air. Would have been a touchdown, but, you know, it happens. Now this gives this early country team new hope. They have an opportunity to go score real quick and then win this football game.
There have been 2 takeovers on downs, both in the same vicinity. Early County will take over. Well, let's see what they can do with plenty of time to go. 8:47. Snap back to Ja'Cory. And a short run by him to the 33, his own 33.
You know, early in this drive, I really like that play call. Kind of get aggressive with the quarterback because, you know, you can always come back to him in any case you need a few yards. But that was a great job picking up about 5 yards, 4 yards there. Really starts off the drive nicely.
Yeah, great calls by Coach Hart, by the Early County coach here tonight. Making some good decisions, using his weapons like Ja'Cory Taylor. A lot of pressure, steps to the right, makes a deep pass.
Oh, no, they dropped the pick.
Man, they were thinking a little too fast, as I was. I thought he had it. There were 2 of them in the vicinity, a little confusion. Maybe one thought the other had it. But a bit underthrown by Ja'Cory Taylor.
As did all the fans here at GAC. You could see him jump up but immediately sit down.
Right.
And you see Taylor, he made that pass, not really seeing the safety come up and be able making the great play, almost getting the interception on that play. Taylor will want to, remember that safety's back there, and hopefully remember that as the next play comes up. It's 3rd and 6. And they'll want to convert here.
Early County's got to find something to fight for here. 3rd and 6. This game is so far from over. A screen to the left, on the ground. Could be a fumble. Ruled an incomplete pass. And that seems like a pretty accurate call. It seemed like it was a forward pass. It'll be an incomplete pass. 4th and 6.
And they will punt the ball away again to number 3, Peter Whiteneck. So look, to make a good return, gives the Spartans some good field position. So they'll be able to hopefully put in another score for their team. And, maybe put this game out of reach.
See what Whiteneck can do here.
Yeah, you're talking about the referees making the right call all game. They've been doing a really great job. You know, it's hard to be a perfect referee, but they're coming really, really close to it.
That's a low-flying punt. A wonderful bounce.
No chance for a
Early
return.
County.
Early County has the ball.
And these shorter punts, you don't see them returned as often. With those speedy gunners that are able to get down there and scare and frighten Peter Whiteneck. A lot of craziness in this crowd. The tubas are roaring. The cheerleaders are cheering. The fans are going crazy. You know, this energy has really been driving the Spartans, and I think that home field advantage. This home field advantage has been a huge one here tonight.
Absolutely. With 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game, hopes are still high for both teams, but they really got to come out here and execute.
So Early County coming off a 28-7 win against Screven County, and the GAC Spartans coming off the 52-21 Heard County defeat, or Heard County victory. They victoried over Heard County 51-28 in case that or 51-21 if that language is a little off.
Yeah.
And both teams coming in hot with a solid margin of victory, and that's why it's been so close here tonight.
Yeah, Early County coming out with the final season score of 9-3, and GAC coming out with 10-3 record. Both teams had an excellent record, did great in their division.
And I think a couple of those losses are what's driving him here tonight. An early motion.
Oh, man, a great play there again by the cornerback. That's number 17 for the Bobcats. He saw the screen coming. Immediately, his scales got out into the flat and tackled him for no gain.
You saw Scales with that sense of urgency as he was motioning out to the left. Snapped the ball. I mean, that quarterback knew exactly what was going on. You can tell when a player thinks he's going to get the ball. You can see it in their run. You see a little more focus and effort in the player. And if you can identify that, you can make a pick if you know where it's going. You know, the quarterback's going to make up his mind pretty quick, and he's got a primary target. So, you know, really just capitalize on that. A lot of pressure.
Heavy rush.
Sacked.
And no, he gets away from it. But Scales is tackled immediately.
Oh, my gosh.
Athletic play there by Chappell. He's able to escape that heavy rush. Almost 5 or 6 guys about to sack him, but he just ducks underneath it. So they all came in really hot trying to get the sack. But it'll be 4th down, and GAC looks like they're going to punt it here.
And I don't know if you caught it, but just a textbook example of sportsmanship by Early County as well as GAC. Beautifully done. Right after they all tried to kill each other, one of the linemen was on the ground, and the Early County blitzing lineman helped him right back up. You know, it's just so nice to see cooperating players. And we really haven't seen any outbreaks here tonight as the ball is punted away by GAC. Early County will let it bounce.
Oh,
and
man.
He'll field it. Just barely, though.
Especially what you're talking about with, like, pouring your heart in this game. The sportsmanship is just tremendous. I mean, if we go back to that play where Trevor Scales made that great catch with the rollout.
Kyle Scales.
Kyle Scales, excuse me. He did a great job of catching the ball first before looking upfield. For receivers, we know that it's tough when you see the linebackers blazing speed at you.
Those footsteps.
Yep, it's tough to catch the ball. You're focusing on what's ahead. He did a great job there.
Corey Taylor looks to lead his team down the field, trying to make something. It's a complete pass. That'll be a gain of about 3.
A lot of Spartans to the ball there. About 2nd and 4 or 5.
Yeah, with about 5 minutes left in the half, the coaching staff is trying to dial down their offense, trying not to get another turnover, trying to move back to the simple offense, complete some passes, and drive down the field.
5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Clock ticking down as some of these senior seasons is ticking down. Not sure which team it will be. So we have a great game here.
4:51 to go. Ja'Cory, lots of time. Finally feeling the pressure. Gets a deep ball. Oh, and there's a little interference. Nearly caught.
That could be offensive.
I think it was offensive.
But we'll see what the call is. Don't see many of those calls usually, but
right, it's usually when the receiver tries to push off from the defender, and I think we saw it a little bit there, at the end. Yep. Interference on the offense. The GAC crowd is wild right now, and they will be pushed back, I believe, 10 yards. So that's a rough hit, or unless it's just loss of down. Call me crazy.
Absolutely. With 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, you can see most fans rising to their feet in excitement. I mean, it must be a tremendous accomplishment to make it all the way to the semifinals if they can win this football game.
Absolutely, the Elite Eight. They're a part of the Elite Eight right now. This is for the Final Four of the AA Georgia State Tournament. Who will be the best in Georgia at the 2A level?
Looks like they get a loss of down.
Them pumped up. It's a loss of down and a big 15-yard penalty. 3rd and 20 for the Early County Bobcats. Let's see what Ja'Cory Taylor can pull out. There's the snap. Ja'Cory's got the ball. There's a flag down, and he's sacked. Could be declined.
That's
depends
50,
on the penalty.
I think that's number 51, Benjamin Lorick.
Wow.
He's been emotional this entire game. You've seen him on the sidelines. You can see him right there getting pumped up. He's hobbling out there. He might even be hurt, playing on a hurt leg, but he's a senior. Wouldn't do anything to miss this game.
Yeah, Benjamin Lork and I go back a long way. My brother and him were best friends all the way through elementary school and middle school. It's nice to see him out here pouring his heart into the game and playing a great game.
That's back in the Funwoody days. Dunwoody voted best city to live.
Wow.
Is that right, Ben? Yeah.
That appears to be true.
Yeah.
It is 4th and 26. Quite the long play, unless my math is just poor. Oh, yeah, it's 26. 4th and 26. Punting out of their own end zone. A low punt.
Chance for a return, but he'll let it bounce as they will give good field possession anyways. He's kind of playing with him there. It's Whitenecks pretending like he's going to go for the ball. So it rolls to the 46-yard line.
About 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game. This is when Early County, their hopes might be dying, but the defensive captains and the captains of the entire team just need to pull their team together, see if they can get a stop, so they can drive down the field, get a quick score.
Right, and they've still got 3 timeouts. They've got plenty of time on that clock still. We've been talking for like 20 minutes, and only 4 minutes have gone by. They've really got the time. So we'll see what Early County can do, and if GAC can shut them out.
Scales gets it. He'll gain maybe a yard there.
Although that was just a 1-yard gain, I think the coaching staff did a great job there. That was a good play call. Not only was it a run, and it's running out the clock right now, it was a very complex play. You know, they had the fakes, throw the defense off guard.
Right, and it's to your hot player, Kyle Scales. We'll see how hot he remains throughout this quarter. We haven't seen too much of him. It's been kind of back and forth for these two teams in the final half. As the Spartans take the line of scrimmage. Haven't given the offensive and defensive lines enough credit tonight. They've really been doing the hardest job of all. Just every single play getting down and dirty and making the block.
Oh, and it's
Scales
a quarterback
has got
draw.
it.
Oh.
No, not Scales.
That's quarterback Chappell.
Yeah, Chappell kept it himself there. Abernathy came in motion trying to, draw some attention with his speed on the outside. Opened up the run for Chappell right up the middle.
A good thought by Coach Hardy there.
Yeah, coming into this fourth quarter, I was expecting the coaches to have similar coaching designs and calls, but both teams are doing a really good job deciding on what plays to do and how to execute them.
3rd and short.
Big play for their early defense.
Scales breaks free.
Oh, wow.
He breaks free, and he will score. But there is a flag on the play, ladies and gentlemen. We will want to wait and see what this flag is. It could be holding. But
Scales tore down that field. I don't know how he got out of the first broken tackles. But then he just cut right up under the safety and just beautifully ran.
I tell you, when Scales gets in the open field, no one's touching him. He's his moves are just like
Jagger.
Moves like
yeah.
Well
played. You see Fred Means was down at the end of the field, had a chance to maybe stop Scales, but Scales made a quick break and juked back, and there was no chance.
And it looks like it was a chop block, illegal chop block by GAC, and it's a killer penalty right there as Scales ran it, scored a touchdown. He'll be brought all the way back.
That's a shame for GAC, because with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game, if they got that score, this game might have been over, but now they have to keep playing another down, going one play at a time.
And they're almost into Early County territory, or pardon me, their own territory. Favorable territory for Early County should they get the ball back. Early County is looking to pick the ball off, but I think GAC is thinking to just run it to Kyle Scales. Let this clock tick down. It's 2:45 to go. So we'll see what Chappell does here, what Scales and Whiteneck and Coach Hardy have pulled together. And he'll hand it off.
Scales doesn't get much. Probably no game there. Now bring up 4th down. Clock is running. And looks like Early County will probably use one of their timeouts right now.
Not a bad call.
2 left. We'll have 2 minutes, 34 seconds left on the clock. plenty of time for Early County to still make a drive and, get this game either tied up or even take the lead with an extra point.
And there are no 2 minute warnings in high school football. So there's just a little cruise right by the 2 minute mark. 2:34 to go. Once again, remember to join the conversation about high school sports. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at PlayOnSports, #GHSA Football. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter.
Absolutely.
Just get him going.
That last play, we saw just a taste of how good that coaching staff is. They brought a house blitz expecting that run. These coaches are very smart, and not only are the players doing a great job, so is the coaching staff.
Right. If you can outthink the other team as a coach, you can see what they're doing and always put the best play in your playbook against them. I think any defense can make can do extremely well if the perfect play is called. I mean, if you keep calling the right play, knowing what they're going to do, you're going to get losses of 1 and 2 yards by your defense. That's just really well done.
Early County has two men back to receive as they hope to get a return here, hopefully get out of their own red zone. And it's a good punt, and they will not be able to make a return. It was a great punt and coverage downfield by the GAC special teams.
Absolutely.
Not allowing the speed of Early County to be unleashed.
Absolutely. That was number 19, Lorenzo Davis, and number 14, Ladonis Bryant, back there to receive. Both two players very aggressive, breakaway speed. They can change the outcome of a football game in one play.
And it looks like it might come down to this drive here. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left to go, starting on the 10-yard line. This is make it or break it time. Fourth quarter. Let's see what Ja'Cory Taylor has left in the tank.
Absolutely, and I think Early County has had, this is going to be their fourth try, I believe, in the fourth quarter alone to try to push it down the field. We'll see what they can do. Kind of off of his right shoulder. Ja'Cory Taylor completes the pass.
That's the number 7.
Martavius Allen to the sideline for a first down.
He's able to get out of bounds. Not quite a first down.
Nearly.
He's 2nd and 1.
That was a great play call by the Early County offense. They got a bunch of different things in one play. They killed 2 birds with 1 stone. They got out of bounds. They got a good 9-10 yards. They did a great job on that play.
Absolutely. GAC also looking to prevent the long ball here, making Early County go short and short. Here goes Ja'Cory Taylor.
He'll take off. He'll get the first down. Stops the clock for now, but he's got to get his team back on the line of scrimmage so they can run another play. 2 minutes remaining.
And the clock's still ticking while they're moving the chains. That's a mistake. And they might reset it there, as that's a big importance here tonight.
Yeah, every second counts coming down to these last few seconds.
Back to 2:05. The clock is reset. So 2 minutes and 5 seconds. 24-17, GAC. Can Early County pull it off? They've got to go 70 yards in 2 minutes. I think they can do it.
Absolutely. Like a wise man once said, if there's a will, there's a way. Let's see if County can pull it off here.
They've got the will. They got to find the way.
That's right.
See what they can do. They've got weapons. Ja'Cory Taylor back in that backfield. They're getting ready to go. All lined up. They're going to get some efficiency on the clock here. Try to either throw an incomplete pass to stop it if you know you don't have anything, or to get out of bounds. Spiking the ball stops the clock. Lots of different things. Those are all in the minds of the coaches and of Ja'Cory Taylor. Snaps the ball, rolls right. Complete and out of bounds. And across the first down. Beautifully done. That was
number 8 for the Bobcats.
8. That is LaRon Randall, the senior. So he does not want this to be his last game tonight.
This is looking pretty good for the Bobcats so far. They've gotten a couple first downs so far.
Exactly 2 minutes left in the game.
For the Bobcats.
That's right.
Here we go. Clock stops. Clock starts. Complete. Down the middle of the field. Up the field, he's down. The clock's ticking away. 150, and they'll use that timeout, I believe.
There's a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Uh-oh.
Not sure what this could be.
Holding on the offense. The crowd goes wild. That's killer.
You could see towards the end of the play, there was one of the, I believe that's one of the GAC number. That's number 83 for GAC. That's
Williams again, I believe.
Williams.
No,
he was being held on that play. He was complaining to the refs, and he got
Andrew Lewis.
Andrew Lewis having a great game.
Lewis,
Offense and defense, filling in some roles for offense, but really getting in the backfield really quick on defense. Not getting very many sacks, but definitely causing pressure back there, some commotion, and that can definitely get in the mind of a quarterback.
That's what it takes. Getting that pressure.
So huge.
Runs in to confirm the play. He's back in the shotgun. 3 to his right, 2 to his left. What does Ja'Cory Taylor have left in the tank, Cameron? 23 yards to go for a first. Not a lot of time on the clock. A deep ball. Thrown right.
Wow. Ja'Cory Taylor is threading the needle through this GAC defense.
Over 3 GAC defenders.
Wow, that was quite a pass.
Wow.
Ladorius Bryant really jumped up there pretty high and came up with a grab there.
Ladonis Bryant, wow.
Bobcats do have to keep moving.
Second and short.
There is a minute and 20 seconds left on the clock.
Oh.
Another flag is thrown.
What happened?
Looks like it might be offsides.
Killer.
Not
offsides
good.
On
These
the
penalties.
Bobcats.
These penalties are getting killer.
False
start.
End of the game. Offense.
Both teams this year have
have
done a great job, not getting very many penalties, and then coming into this game, they've been having a lot, and they've been crucial in very big parts of the game. As you can see right now, that was big. I mean, they had the holding penalty. That might be the difference in the game.
The touchdown called back by GAC as well. So it's really affected both teams. 2nd and 7. Minute 16 to go. Clock ticking. Ja'Cory Taylor. Ball's back. Hands it off. They've got a timeout left.
Man.
They can still use it. Is he gone? One blocker.
He's not quite gone. He's got a blocker, and he's going to run.
He's getting
into the end zone. He's into the end zone. No flags.
Bryant. No flags.
No flags on the play this time.
Touchdown, Early County.
Wow, what an ending we're going to have tonight.
Oh, my
now,
God.
here's the big decision for the Early County coach. Do you go for 2, Ben? Or do you go for the tie?
I go for 2.
I go for 2.
You don't have the kicker to finish it with the field goal.
He has made his last 2 extra points.
That's true.
I should say keep it safe with this momentum going into overtime. I think Early County comes out with a win.
Watch for the fake here, Ben. Watch for it.
Well, they have Ladorius Bryant back
really
there.
Quick.
Ladorius Bryant is the holder. And
it's good. It's good.
It's good. And it's a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
With 59, that one play.
59.3 seconds.
Here we go.
Oh, my gosh.
That one play made a huge difference. You could see that huge block down there. It was the difference between that one block and the ball game. And great job by the Early County offense to just slowly but surely drive down that field.
And it looked like there was nothing there. They came with a run with a running clock. You don't usually do that in 2-minute situations. You want to stay in the air. But, they caught the GAC defense off guard.
Right.
And who's that?
They ran it 14. Off tackle. That was 14, Ladonis Bryant.
And he was just able to take it right up the sideline using his speed.
3 or 4 good cuts. Blazing speed. Got all the way there. Beautifully done.
Wow, what a game. 24-24.
Playoff action here at Play On Sports. And they're lining up to kick off.
Couldn't have scripted a better game than this here, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. And you got to, this is even with the safety.
Absolutely.
With a 2-point safety that they still found a good game.
To come back and have the exact same score coming into these final seconds, it's insane. But don't count them out yet. If they run with this little squib kick, they can complete a big pass and then kick a field goal.
Exactly.
Great kick.
Oh, and they're blowing it dead. See what it was.
Looked like there might have been a seam there.
I think he was there, but he must have been down.
Not sure.
Might be a re-kick.
It looks like.
Yeah, I think one of the kickers or one of the special teams on the kickoff may have been quite offsides.
Yeah, he went offsides.
You don't see it called very often, but they'll get you for it.
Yep. J. Paul or Cameron, with this offense coming down, as a GAC offense, do you want to go for the long ball and try to score a touchdown, or do you want to play it safe and go into overtime?
I think you throw, if you've got enough time, you throw one long ball. If you don't complete it, it's an incomplete pass, preferably not an interception. Right after that, you drop back with Kyle Scales in your shotgun. 4 receiver spread. You hand it off to Kyle Scales. Let him take it to the house or out of bounds. Gain as many yards as you can, because I think that'll have the exact same effect that Ladonis Bryant's run just had on the Spartans. I think Scales is hot right now. I think he's finally back, and he's got such blazing speed in the open. You start him in the open, he's already dangerous.
Well, one thing the GAC Spartans need to make sure of, especially the quarterback Chappell, if they do go with the long pass with just this little time left on the clock, he has to make sure that only his man can catch the pass.
Right.
No
Absolutely.
chance of throwing any interceptions. If he doesn't see a wide open man, I'm sure their coach would just rather him just throw it away or just take a knee.
Put it in his hip pocket, maybe take a knee, run out this clock. But, yeah, you definitely don't want to underthrow it, because that's pretty much the worst thing you can do in this situation.
And just giving this chance for this early county, the team that's obviously brought some momentum right back onto their side, as they just came down and scored. And you would not want to give the ball right back to them in this situation.
And that touchdown is just so pivotal for Early County. Really, it's been all about Ladonis Bryant here tonight. He's really shown up and been a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Scales emerges late in the third quarter for GAC. Chappell's been in effect all night, as well as Ja'Cory Taylor. But it's really been the defense as wholes that have really staved each other off of so many different opportunities. I mean, I think Early County had 4 tries to try to march it back down the field and get 1 touchdown.
Absolutely. You hear all about these running backs, but really, you see the offensive line led by Shaq Powell and Terrell Russell. They're really leading in, powering through to create those holes for that amazing running back, Brian.
Interesting situation now is that kick went out of bounds, and I'm not sure if they'll get a re-kick or if they'll just get the ball towards the 50.
That's a good position.
Depending on how good the GAC kicker, they may be able to put the game away here if they do get close enough to their end zone. So that's a factor as you see the GAC kicker warming up down there on the sideline.
Right.
Could have the opportunity to kick a game winner.
And Ben, quick question: if you're on the 20 and you've got your third down, and you're GAC, you think you can put it away with a kick, do you take a shot at the end zone or risk that long kick?
Well, it totally depends on how this drive goes. If they power down the line, you can tell that the defense is trying to run a prevent, then I would definitely take a shot downfield.
Right.
But if you can see they're blitzing and stuff, and you might not have a chance to get out of the pocket, it might be a sack, possibly a fumble.
Oh, he's wide.
See that prevent defense right there.
Right. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Oh, it's all good.
But beautifully done by Whiteneck.
Whiteneck really having a great game tonight, coming out strong the entire game. I mean, early in the game, he came out of his shell, like we said. And really
had that touchdown called back, too. That was killer.
48 seconds left on the clock.
See what they can do.
As the defense right now, Cameron, would you what kind of formation would you run?
Well, there's a completion by, again, they're getting
out of
closer and
bounds
closer.
at the 30, gosh.
As a defense, it's a tough situation. You want to play back because you don't want to allow the big play, but also if playing back, you're going to allow a lot of running room for the quarterback if he wants to rush. But Chappell's been able to make a couple great passes here and get a couple first downs, getting his team close to the end zone. Not quite close enough to kick a field goal yet, but they are making progress.
And both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. GAC could use those 2 and try to get in the end zone with however many plays they have. They've been able to they've been able to find 2 first downs and another out of bounds 3-yard gain. The crowd was not happy about the way he was tackled, but it's sometimes you get a little taken down by the neck or whatever it is. But Kyle Scales got a couple yards, got out of bounds, did his job right there, being a smart kid.
Absolutely, and that's aggressive tackling right there. I'm almost positive there was nothing dirty going on there. But Cameron, mind sharing, how does the playoff overtime work around here?
Overtime,
I'm actually not sure what the overtime rules are.
I believe it's just your average overtime. You flip a coin, you see whoever wins the toss gets the first shot at it, and I think it's sudden death. There's the different rules, whether it's college or pro or whatever it is. Very dicey throw.
But it's caught by Scales, and now they are, I might say they are in field goal range.
They're in field goal range. This could be the game, folks.
They're going to use their
29.4 seconds left.
Right. They're going to use their tries, the time left, and the the 2 timeouts they still retain. They're going to throw every little weapon they've got left at this.
Still trying to get in the end zone.
Right, get them closer and closer and get in the end zone, hopefully. He's wide open. Peter Whiteneck gets a couple of yards. They hold him up, and he's blown dead. And the clock is still running, 14.3. They stop the clock. That's a timeout by GAC. Good call of a timeout, and that's one of the 2 remaining that they have, 14.3 seconds. Big catch by Peter Whiteneck, shortening the distance to a field goal. It's 2nd and 1. You don't really have to worry about downs. You only need a yard. And they're in a great situation to get a touchdown here.
And this is quite a dicey situation going on. 2 timeouts for both teams, 14.2 seconds left. GAC is in field goal range. Not sure how dependable the kicker is, but this is not a far kick by any stretch. But being it a quarterfinal playoff game, lots of nerves coming in. It's the end of the game.
Absolutely.
This is for the win. There's going to be a lot of tension. I don't. What's going through that kicker's mind right now, Ben?
Oh wow, it's you can't put it into words. I mean, with all the students here watching him, if he makes this field goal, he will remember this for the rest of his life. It all comes down to this kick, though. Hopefully, he can put the team on his back and take one for the team here. See the lineup with Scales back.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Scales in the backfield. A lot of options. And there's a flag. Too many men on the field for Early County. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Too many for GAC.
GAC, I thought Early had 11. And that's killer, Add a little range to that kick. Could be the difference.
Absolutely.
Psychs out the kicker a little bit. And these hash marks, you see NFL hash marks, they're very narrow. You see college hash marks, a little bit wider. But high school hash marks are so far from the center of the field. We're talking about these little dashes in the middle of the field. That's the limit for how wide to the sideline the ball can be placed. So if you got a kick from a left hash mark, you got to totally change the way you're kicking the ball. And there's so much more room for mistake there with the kicker. So that penalty actually went in favor of GAC, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, now they're trying to get
to throw the ball.
Oh, and he drops it just off his fingertips.
8.5 seconds. Keep the clock stopped.
It's 2nd and goal. They're at about the 5-yard line. What do you think? Should they try to run it in? They will be running clock. They do have timeouts if they need to.
Right.
Maybe even be able to get into the end zone with a run by Scales.
Right. I think you sweep it right to Scales, see if he can get out of bounds with a couple of seconds left. And worst case scenario, he doesn't make it out of bounds or he gets caught up. If he gets caught up early, you're able to throw the timeout out.
You do kind of want to keep the ball in the center of the field just in case.
Right.
Or Ben, you want to say something more about that?
You want to run right center.
Yeah, I mean, also there is a little to kicking it on 3rd down just in case there's a bad snap or something. You always can just kneel it down and just have another chance. You see that a lot in college and the NFL nowadays.
That's true.
And it is to Scales.
Scales gets a couple yards. They'll call the timeout.
Not quite there. 2.4 seconds on the clock.
Jeez.
Really
wow. As GAC makes the timeout.
Unbelievable. And this is about as close to a gimme as you get for a field goal, but it's never a gimme.
There could
Matt Bryant missed like a 20-yard field goal last week. I mean, anything can happen.
There could be a block,
Right.
Early County could break right through the line and cause a huge block and send this game into overtime.
And that's what they're talking about right now on the GAC sideline. They're like, guys, this could be the last play of your season. You keep these kids out of your backfield, away from your kicker, and give them the time and the light of day to kick this ball through the uprights. And Early County's over there getting their players pumped out of their mind to just run back there and disrupt everything.
Absolutely.
That GAC is trying to do.
Absolutely.
We'll see what happens.
Earlier in the game, we talked about how every second counted.
Oh, absolutely.
I did not think it would actually come down to 2.4 seconds in the game.
Right. And, you think about how little that is. One kid doesn't make it all the way back to the line, it's 2.4 seconds. It's just like those seconds are just so minute.
So it comes down to this, folks.
2.4, 24-24. Can GAC make the field goal and end this game, advance to the semifinals. It's a timeout, Early County to ice the kicker.
Early County's coach trying to ice the kicker, calling the timeout right before he has a chance to make the kick. A lot of tactic played by many coaches all throughout NFL, college football, and even the high school, as you can see, trying to mess with the kicker and trying to mess up his rhythm, get his nerves really pumping.
Right, and if I'm a kicker, I've seen this happen a couple times in the pros and college, but they'll run over to the sideline, get back on their little kicking net, and they'll boot a few through them and just be like, look, this is what I do. This is what I've done for 10 years. And, this is my job. I'm going to walk out there, do my job, get this kick, win this game, win this season, eliminate this. It's just such a drastic way to end your season. I mean, you make it, you're the big man on campus. If you miss it, everyone hates you. Not really, but
Yeah. Well, also not only does it ice the kicker, it also gives the defense time to stash up on some peanuts. Speaking of peanuts, thanks to our sponsors here at Play On Sports. So they'll line up to actually kick the field goal this time. This is the question right here: will they make it?
Will it be the peanut shot?
This is
and he's straight back. Okay, good. He goes to the left.
Oh, and the coach calls another timeout. Really
Did
trying
they do
to
that?
ice. He's really trying to ice this guy.
That's GAC.
Oh.
Wow.
They don't have another timeout.
Well, okay. Not really sure why GSC called the timeout there, but
I guess they do have another timeout.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Well, that was their last one.
I did not. Oh, they didn't. Did they not call it on the? I thought they called it on that scales run right by the front.
Yeah, well, that was all their timeouts used now.
Right.
What you might have thought was the incomplete pass out the end zone. Break it here at GAC Spartan Stadium. This is the game right here, folks.
Here you go. What are the Spartans made of?
The man making the kick is number 7 for
that
GAC.
Is
Brandon Holsgriff. And let's see if he will.
Look at the Irish, something like that, maybe.
He will either become.
See what he's pulling off.
He will either become a B-mock as soon as he makes this kick, or
an L-mock. Little men on campus.
Or something we won't say.
And here it is. And it's
up.
It's good.
And it's good.
It's good. And the GAC Spartans have defeated the Early County Bobcats in an amazing shootout in the final seconds. Unbelievable. GAC got the shot, and they capitalized. 27-24 victory. This game is over. The Early County Bobcat season has come to an end, and to go out like this, it's the best. I mean, it's so bitter, but you put up so much. I mean, you put up so much effort, and they definitely left it all on the field. It's just the way the time worked. It came down to a field goal, and it was a short field goal.
You've got to give lots of credit to the Early County players. They were down big with 2 minutes left, and they had to drive all the way down the field from their 10-yard line. And made a great touchdown. Just unfortunate for them that GAC was given such great field position, and they were just able to make great plays. Their Chappell was able to drive right down the field and put his kicker in a prime position, just make an easy pooch kick right down the middle. Almost blocked on the last play, you could see, but they were able to make the field goal and get the win. Students stormed the field. You feel kind of bad for these Early County seniors. It's the last game. It's kind of tough way to go out. But, they played their hearts out, What do you think, Ben?
Well, I think they all left it all on the field. I mean, what a fun game to watch. I know we enjoyed it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed it out there. All these fans are going crazy. It was a pleasure working with you guys.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is one of the best high school football games I've seen. 27-24 Spartans.
And with that, the GAC Spartans will advance to the semifinal match against the winner of Fitzgerald and Jefferson. Jefferson coming off the defeat of the Wildcats, Fitzgerald coming off the defeat of Vidalia. with another big 52-point victory. And we're going to bring it to a close. Thank you so much to our viewers. Thank you so much to the Georgia Peanut Farmers
Absolutely.
there for providing the energy to these players and to our broadcasts. And follow us on Facebook. Like us on Twitter. I hope I got those two right. No, I got those backwards. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. I mean, what a phenomenal game. Early County Bobcats put up a tremendous fight. So the GAC Spartans did the same, and it came down to a field goal.
Spartans win. It's been a pleasure. Look forward to next week. Make sure to check out all the games on Play It On Sports.
And we're going to wrap it up here. Check it out on Play It On Sports. I'm Jay Paul Meyer here with Cameron Seward and Ben Forty signing off. Go Spartans, go Bobcats.
Go Spartans, go Bobcats.
I was about to say go Cats.